A surge of pure joy hits me like a lightning strike. In my past life, I died sick and abandoned on the streets, but this time, I carry the memories of my rebirth, wielding a system to slay monsters, cure diseases, and rewrite my destiny. I have crossed into a brand new world. Just then, my phone explodes with noise, a brutal voice blasting through the speaker, rattling my eardrums. Get my drugs to the Autumn Waters Hotel room 301 right now. You want to die, or what? I stare at the screen eyes going ice cold. The Autumn Waters Hotel room 301. That address stabs into my heart like a poisoned thorn. In my past life, this was where I caught Vanessa the girl who swore she was pure and faithful, tangled up with 3 men I actually knew. I completely lost it, tossed aside like a stray dog. But now things are different. Looking down at my hands, I am no longer that delivery boy everyone walked over. I am reborn. I am a hunter of disease monsters. A cold smirk curls across my lips as I grab the medicine bag and turn toward that hotel, the place destined to disappoint me. This time I will not rage. I will not break down. I just want to see what disgusting monster hides inside that fake innocent girlfriend of mine, a level 100% infertility fiend. It has completely destroyed any chance of her ever having children. In other words, even if her breast cancer is cured, an even more powerful infertility fiend is waiting behind it. This world is truly merciless to Alara. You decide to love this woman the way heaven never did. As the 9th generation's only heir, you must defeat this infertility fiend. But right now, your priority is taking down the breast cancer centurion to keep her alive. After a tender evening together, you two decide to grab a late-night meal. You offer to let her try your cooking. Back in the day, you delivered food by day and ran a barbecue stand at night. Even though all that cash went to your ex Vanessa, you still picked up some serious grilling skills. You call up your buddy Tony too. When you and Alara show up arm in arm in front of her, she completely loses it. Back when you were with Vanessa, she thought your life was too hard and hoped you would find someone better. But now that you are with Alara, she thinks you are punching way above your weight, that you do not deserve her. It really proves the old saying, she hated seeing him struggle, but hated seeing him win even more. The barbecue stand is up and sizzling in no time, the aroma drifting out, instantly drawing in crowds. The reason is simple. The ingredients are insanely fresh. All the meat you grill comes from your spatial inventory, where the monster drop meats stay perfectly preserved in their original flavor. Premium ingredients only need the simplest cooking to smell incredible. You were not planning to sell any, but the demand is just too overwhelming, leaving you no choice but to set purchase limits. Just like that, a long line forms in front of your grill. 2 hours in, you have already made $3,000. Alara has a tiny appetite full after just 2 skewers, while Tony eats until he's stuffed. After you close up shop and head back to the apartment under Tony's resentful gaze, you and Alara head for the top floor. You can imagine tonight it's going to be a wild night. The next day, you head to the hospital to grind mobs as usual, but notice way more security guards than normal. It turns out the hospital discovered its revenue has plummeted by a fifth, as many patients who registered for appointments suddenly recovered. The director suspects someone is practicing medicine illegally inside the hospital, so extra personnel have been deployed. Just then, a blood-soaked medical gurney races past you and a doctor's voice hits your ears. Too many bleed points. If we do not stop the bleeding, the patient will die. You focus your gaze, hemorrhage, fiend level, 20, elite monster, combat available. No way the level is too high. There is a real risk of defeat. But you cannot just stand there and watch a patient bleed to death. Then it hits you, your golden needle acupuncture skill has been upgraded to level 2, unlocking a hemostasis function. So you plunge a silver needle into the patient's chest acupoint. The bleeding drops dramatically. You look again, and the hemorrhage fiend, weakened by your intervention, has its level reduced from 20% down to 15%. That level you can handle. You launch into battle without hesitation, fighting a giant rat with the indestructible body talent backing you up. You claim victory and unlock a new skill, Century-grade massage. The doctors are stunned to find the bleeding has completely stopped. Your voice carries into the operating room. Do not remove this needle. It stops both the bleeding and the pain. Since when does this hospital have someone this skilled? But the surgery comes first. Afterward, the patient's family comes over to thank you. They saw clearly that you saved him, and after that, single needle went in, the bleeding finally stopped. You take a closer look and realize it is your high school classmate, Brian. The injured man is his father. The police chief stabbed multiple times while arresting a suspect. You two agree to catch up later. He has to pull through. You go back to grinding mobs, but as evening approaches and you are about to head home, your phone rings. It is Brian. His father has not woken up after surgery. A second operation is needed, but the survival rate is under 10%. Desperate and helpless, he immediately thinks of you. If you could stop the bleeding, maybe you can wake him up. 2. You rush to the hospital room and focus your eyes, blood stagnation across all organs, blood deficiency, fiend level 2, elite monster. You instantly understand the coma is caused by severe blood and energy depletion. Normally, you would not feel confident fighting a level 2 elite, but with this morning's experience, you know your acupuncture and massage skills are super effective against this type of monster, so you agree to try. Then the doctor's voice cuts in, "This is ridiculous. You would rather trust someone without a medical license than a proper hospital. If this hospital can guarantee a 50% survival rate, then he will hand his father over to you." The doctor shuts up immediately, but demands you sign a liability waiver first. Now it is all on you. You do not jump straight into battle. Instead, you pull out 3 needles and insert them into 3 acupoints, Tianfu, Zhongfu, and Shihai. Then you apply the century-grade massage technique. It works. The 3 disease monsters drop from level 20 to level 15. Now we are in business. Battle begins. The Black Hound, with 2,000 health points, goes down in 8 strikes. The Giant Blue Vein, with 25 health points, takes 9 strikes, 1 of which is a critical hit. Besides the usual meat drops, these monsters also drop 5 20-year-aged He Shou Wu herbs and an ancient blood vitality tonic recipe. After defeating those 2 disease monsters, the patient actually wakes up. Though he is still extremely weak, you immediately think of that dropped recipe. It can replenish energy and restore vitality, so you have someone prepare the medicine according to the formula. Then something miraculous happens. If the patient was at death's door before or after drinking the blood vitality tonic, he is bursting with life. Every vital sign improves at incredible speed. The entire room erupts in celebration. But what you do not know is that the attending physician has already secretly copied down your recipe, spotting its enormous profit potential. That night, Snyder finds an excuse to take the prescription and even buys several batches of the listed herbs. Worried one batch might not turn out right, he buys extra. Back home, he cannot sleep, so he starts brewing the medicine. First, he replays your steps in his head, even estimating the flame level you used. Most of these herbs are common, even the ginseng in the recipe is just farm-grown, probably no more than 6 months old. He has a clay pot at home. His wife is a chunky middle-aged woman with a wild perm, pushing at least 360 pounds. Snyder does not love her. Her family simply runs a medical equipment business, and plenty of her relatives work in healthcare. That is how he landed his director position. Snyder, get over here and cool me down. You have not been home in half a month." Hearing Snyder come through the door, Rhonda charges out, grabs him, and drags him toward the bedroom. "Let me shower first," Snyder blurts out. "No need. I like that smell." 3 minutes later, "You call yourself a doctor, useless, pathetic." Snyder stumbles out in a daze, leaning against the wall. Totally unbothered, he mutters under his breath. "Smells like a swamp creature. Breath, like a sewer body odor off the charts, and she wants me to perform. Give me someone young and pretty, then see if I have got it in me." He does not take Rhonda's words to heart at all. Rubbing his aching lower back, he starts brewing the tonic with excitement. Can he turn his life around? Everything rides on this tonic. The brewing goes smoothly, but the aroma is completely flat. Snyder frowns, remembering clearly that your brew carried a deep, incredibly rich, herbal fragrance. He has only ever smelled that kind of richness in 50-year-old wild ginseng. Could his herbs be too young? But wait, the nose. You used the most ordinary ingredients. Confused, he takes a sip, then chugs the entire bowl. He knows every single herb in there, so it should be harmless, but it does not take long to learn why you never mess with unknown medicine. Shocked, he gasps, "How is this happening?" He breaks out in a violent sweat, vomiting and suffering terrible diarrhea. "Help me," Rhonda. Snyder wheezes, barely able to speak. His stomach is totally empty now, but the worst pain is in his back. His back is on fire, like he is sitting on shattered glass, and his gut is screaming. "What is that fool doing? Hello, 911. Someone collapsed in the bathroom. Send help. Snyder ends up hospitalized. Luckily, it is just a scare dehydration, but nothing fatal. He looks completely pathetic. The real secret to your blood vitality tonic lies entirely in heat control. So even if anyone got the recipe, they would only brew a weak imitation. Nobody can replicate your exact temperature mastery, and the others are not fools. After running hospital lab tests, doctors find a complex cocktail of herbs in his system. The ingredients list looks familiar. After all, plenty of witnesses saw you make that tonic, but Snyder was the only one reckless enough to copy it. Everyone knows exactly what happened because they had all secretly planned to do the same thing. The power of the blood vitality tonic you brewed is undeniable. Since last night, nobody has slept a wink. They have all been watching Chief Lee's condition and watching him miraculously improve right before their eyes. Now he is completely stable, recovering faster than anyone thought possible. This man was at death's door with a survival rate under 10%, yet just like that, a single acupuncture session and one bowl of your tonic pulled him back. It seems impossible, but it is the absolute truth. The happiest folks are naturally Brian's family. These past 2 days of waiting by his side felt like surviving a massive hurricane. Brian, your friend is truly incredible, Brianna says, glancing at him. You must keep in touch with this friend. In any friendship, what matters most is sincerity. Just treat people with a genuine heart, Chief Lee adds with a soft chuckle. All right, I will. Brian nods. Meanwhile, you know you must use every second to level up and farm XP. Time is running out. Suddenly, a young man walks into the room. You recognize Dante and smile, remembering how he called you bro before leaving last time. As Alara's younger brother, his family sent him to check on her. Dante speaks first, asking, can we talk? In the past, facing a wealthy heir like him would have made you feel completely insignificant, but now you are totally calm. You have the power to stand tall before anyone. Dante stares at you, genuinely surprised by your quiet confidence. He can tell you are no ordinary guy. His sister is incredibly proud, and even in her final days, she would never settle. You look at him and say, Alara and I are in a real relationship. I know what you want to ask. Dante sighs. Do you know about her condition? Stage 4 cancer, 6 months at most, if only she were healthy. Since Alara chose you, I accept you, bro. I only ask that you treat her well and make her happy. In your mind, you make a silent vow I will cure her. By noon, you head back having reached level 12. If you push hard this afternoon, you might even hit level 14. Right now, grinding experience is fairly easy. Returning home to find Alara resting safely makes you breathe a sigh of relief, though her body is failing fast. You hold her close and feed her one tiny spoonful at a time. Alara smiles softly, looking up at you with loving, gentle eyes. I still do not want to leave you. I wish we had more days, but I hate for you to see me waste away like this. After drinking the blood vitality tonic, her body warms up and some strength returns. I feel a little cold, she whispers, so you pull her closer to your chest. It is the peak of summer, yet she shivers. The illness is winning, slowly shutting her body down. She smiles and shakes her head, but you still spot the deep reluctance in her eyes. Trying to sneak away from me, you ask with a gentle grin. Caught Alara blushes, but refuses to admit it. I promised I would cure you, and I will. I believe you, she says, softly nodding as you prepare a nourishing meal, which you watch her enjoy before tucking her in to sleep. Quietly closing the door, you head back to the hospital to farm more XP. There you run straight into Brian. Marcus, I cannot thank you enough. Let's go see my father. You are here, come on, and Brian's mother, a kind-faced woman, warmly takes your hand, making you a bit uneasy. Having never known your own parents, you grew up under the care of your beloved uncle and aunt, who always treated you like their own son. Meanwhile, Brianna studies your quiet, understated handsomeness. The more she looks, the more attractive you seem. Since Chief Lee is recovering well, you administer another acupuncture session to lock in his healing while boosting your golden needle proficiency. Next, you brew one last bowl of blood vitality tonic. After this dose, he will not require any more treatment. You can walk around now, just do not push it. Your words carry the weight of divine law. You heard him, Brian Bose. By evening, your grinding pays off, and you finally hit level 14 right on target. At most, you are 5 days away from level 20, maybe even 3. But when you get home and see Alara waking up groggily, your heart aches. She seems to sense her failing body, looking completely dazed, as if her body no longer belongs to her. Holding your hand, she whispers, I might not make it much longer. You look straight into her eyes. Just 5 more days. Give me 5 days and I will find a way. You promise me, keep your word, she whispers. I will cure you, and then you are going to give me babies. Sensing the sheer willpower, keeping her alive, Alara murmurs, I believe you. She leans into your chest, drifting off to sleep. You do not close your eyes that night. Instead, you train your white tiger stances and golden needle acupuncture, Right before dawn, your acupuncture skill levels up to active skill level 3. This upgrade unlocks a powerful new attribute, Life Sustain, for 1 day. It shocks you. Life Sustain means preserving a patient's final breath, keeping death at bay. Legend says wild ginseng can sustain life, but supposedly only rare 100-year-old roots hold such miraculous power. Whether that legend is actually true, nobody really knows. Fortunately, the hospital is packed with disease monsters. You start farming EXP early in the morning. With modern living standards up and exercise levels down, finding anyone completely healthy is incredibly tough. You seek the perfect match for your current strength. Elite or normal monsters under level 40 are all fair targets. Suddenly you spot a level 10 boss, the Migraine Beast. In combat, this is the first time you have faced a boss you can actually beat. A man clutching his head slumps down right next to you, groaning in sheer agony. As he grips his temples, a system prompt flashes, boss-level disease monster. Engaging requires your golden needle skill first. Hey, severe migraine, let me help you offer. Just do it, the man mutters, barely coherent. In a hospital, he naturally assumes you are a doctor. He is in too much agony to care. 3 silver needles slide smoothly into his head's key pressure points, starting with the Fengqi. Instantly, the battle space triggers, pulling you into active combat. You are quite excited as this is your very first boss fight. The beast resembles a massive ram hovering in midair, wrapped in violent winds. Its razor-sharp horns jut forward like deadly weapons ready to strike. The Migraine Beast boss has 10,000 health points, possessing 10 times the raw power of a normal mob. Those wicked horns charge forward, delivering an effortless heavy blow. Boom. 25% damage dealt. You exhale in relief. It is a boss, but your high level gives you the upper hand and its defense is incredibly low. Another 15% down as your attacks land. After 50 rounds, you claim absolute victory. The loot includes 500 pounds of premium lamb, 1 ram whip, and a busy ring. You are totally numb to the meat drops by now. The drop rate is just too high. But equipment. That is a different story. This boss dropped the busy ring. From the name alone, it promises to be exceptionally powerful. Inspecting the details, it is a level 10 accessory. It is incredible, boosting both defense and total health points while regenerating 10 health points per second. This is exactly what you need. Combined with other gear, your recovery reaches 16 health points. Within seconds, the man's pain completely vanishes. He stares in absolute awe as you slide the needles out of his head. Sir, you're a doctor here, right? Only now do you get a proper look at his round, wealthy-looking face. It's a little pale. You shake your head, smiling. Just happened to be here. I can treat migraines. I'm Cedric. I run a supermarket chain, he says, pulling out a thick stack of gift cards and handing them over to you. You take only 1 card. Still, he demands your contact info. You spend the morning farming XP, checking your progress at noon. Halfway there. Push a little harder, and you will hit level 19. Luckily, the early levels go by fast, but as you level up, the required EXP skyrockets. Eventually gaining a single level will take a year and a half. Still, you feel that once you reach level 20, destroying the breast cancer, Centurion will be guaranteed. Back home, Alara is still there. You were terrified she might slip away. She stands by the floor-to-ceiling window, quietly watching the traffic hum below. You watch her, refusing to break the quiet magic of the moment. Turning, you step into the kitchen. She watches you go, letting out a soft sigh. After dinner, you wash up and head back out to grind down more mobs. Remember what you promised me. I will deliver everything I promised. Walking out, you decide to stroll a bit to digest dinner. Suddenly, a dark van screeches to a halt beside you. The back door flies open. Hands grab you, pulling you inside. You don't fight it. Calmly taking a seat. Don't move. 7 guys are packed into the van. So where exactly are we going? You'll find out soon enough. You run through the list of people you've crossed. It's a short list: Drake, Skinner, Kai, and Vanessa. Suddenly, a bandaged thug lunges with a roar. You catch his wrist and snap it like a twig. The back of the van erupts. It goes quiet real fast. Drive, take me to where we were headed. Yes, sir. Yes. The driver is shaking, soaked in cold sweat. The least injured thug clutches his broken arm, but you get the answers you need. Drake and Baldy set this up. Drake is a nobody. Baldy is the muscle running this crew. Drake begged Baldy for backup at an abandoned building. Drake's crew wanted to be there in person to watch you suffer. They don't want to kill you, just beat you to a pulp. The van pulls up to the building. They're all waiting inside. You step out and walk up to an open floor. Drake, Baldy, and the gang are waiting. Seeing you, smug grins plaster their faces. But a split second later, those smirks completely vanish. Why are you alone? Where are my guys? You grin at Drake. Skinner and Kai stand by his side with Vanessa close by. Looks like you didn't learn last time. There are 15 or 16 of us today. Baldy snarls eyes burning with rage. We're going to break you over a dozen thugs, charge you at once. Instantly it turns into absolute chaos. You are simply too fast. Every strike is sharp, brutal, and unstoppable like a tiger. Clean, precise blows. In under 30 seconds, every single thug is flat on the concrete. Baldy's face drains of color. The only ones left standing are Baldy, Drake, Skinner, Kai, and Vanessa. You step toward Baldy. I'll never come after you again, he begs, paralyzed with fear. He knows you won't kill him, but breaking his bones absolutely. You kick and snap both of his legs. Next time I'll take your third leg. Try me. You smile down at Baldy, who is drenched in terrified sweat. After dealing with the rest, you order the driver to head to the hospital. Back at the hospital, you're riding a high. A level 50 Fortune Pig special monster is nearby. Entering combat with it grants massive bonus rewards. People talk about crazy luck. Could this guy be the reason? The host is a chubby man with a face that screams wealth. He's surprisingly healthy. But speaking of luck, there's another anomaly, a level 1 cuckold curse special monster locked out of combat. Whatever target the level 50 Fortune Pig first. Who knows what kind of loot it will drop. A colossal pig, shimmering with blinding golden light, rests right beside a massive treasure chest. Fortune Pig level 50 special monster 1 HP. You strike first. One quick chop and the golden beast shatters, dissolving into a dazzling golden rain that fills the sky. Loot golden dragon armor. You jump straight to level 20. Item level 50 plus 1000 defense plus 2000 health plus 200 block. Passive skill healing regeneration. Passive skill ironclad, boosting total defense by 50%. Your health points feel absolutely through the roof now. You've got an insanely high defense bonus and massive health. The bonuses stack beautifully with your talents. Health regeneration level 20 is finally yours. Name Marcus, level 20. Constitution 92, health 5,910. FTR 79, health per second 49.79. You turn around and see him sitting beside you, clearly waiting for someone. Having scored such an amazing reward from him, you feel like you owe him a favor. You glance at the level 1 cuckold curse near his feet. What I'm about to say might upset you, but please don't get angry. If you believe me, go check. If not, just ignore me. Your wife is cheating on you. You walk away without looking back. Winston stares after you, completely dumbfounded. He is a good-natured man. Even if you had stayed, he wouldn't have argued. Winston's wife is gorgeous, a total knockout. Without his wealth, he could never have landed her. Winston lowers his head, deep in thought. A flicker of confusion crosses his face, but no anger. He just sighs. People say God hand-fed him success. He drinks, eats meat, and scarfs down junk food daily. He's overweight but never gets sick. Every checkup is flawless. He sits there, reflecting on his life, wondering what he's actually gained versus what he's lost. Meanwhile, at 10 in the morning, you can't wait to get home. Your heart is pounding. Alara's treatment has reached its critical stage. Alara looks up at you, surprised. Why are you back so early today? Taking a breath, you grasp her hand. Alara, your voice shakes with excitement. What's wrong? I can cure you now. You don't mention that this only extends her life by 2 years. You don't want her living in suspense. She doesn't quite believe it, but seeing you this passionate fills her with warmth. I'm going to treat you right now. Alara wants to speak, but stops herself. Soon, she drifts to sleep. You face the breast cancer centurion and choose to fight. It's a massive white tiger, roughly 16 feet long. Your blade falls strike after strike. Trading blows for over 2 hours straight, you feel your weapon growing dull. Finally, the giant tiger's last sliver of HP hits 0. You claim victory. Loot 50 pounds of tiger bone, the white tiger Vajra skill, and tiger quake. Century grade, absolute peak power. This medicine holds raw healing power. Now, orthopedic conditions can be treated too. Exhausted after the battle, you sink into a recliner, closing your eyes to think about the road ahead. Lost in thought, you drift off to sleep. Not long after Alara wakes up, the first thing she notices is a massive change. That heavy, agonizing weakness is completely gone. She feels lighter than she has in ages, just like before she fell ill. Looking at you, sleeping peacefully beside her, a warm smile spreads across her face. She gently drapes a thin blanket over you, then walks around the apartment, stretching her limbs. I'm better. I'm really better. You wake up and walk out, grinning at Alara as she moves about. How do you feel? I feel amazing. You asked what my wish was. Right. Let's go for a walk. Okay, this is the first time you two have walked out hand in hand. Everything looks beautiful. Do you want to head to the hospital for a checkup just to be sure? No. I only believe in you. You smile. Even if you were lying, I'd still be happy. Hearing this, you pull her into your arms. You go shopping, picking up all the favorite snacks she loves, and then you stroll over to a nearby pedestrian street. Alara spots a pool hall and suddenly stops. Do you play pool? Come on, let's play a few rounds. You take her hand, leading her inside. Lower your elbow a bit. Yeah, that grip is much steadier. I think I'm still a little rusty. From across the room, a group of guys stare. That woman is unreal. Look at that body. If I could just hold her for a second, it's easy. We fake a fight, then I'll shove you into her. Oh man, you're devious. I like it, and I pull it off and dinner's on me. Deal. They plot shamelessly, not knowing you have razor-sharp hearing. With his sharp hearing, Marcus catches every word of their little plot. Alara smiles at him. Troublemakers stay out of this. Right on cue, the guys fake a fight, and the squinty-eyed one really commits to the act. He throws a real kick, screaming, "You are dead." One guy takes a hard hit while the other stumbles toward Alara, reaching for her hand. Marcus reacts in a flash, pulling Alara clear and swatting the guy away with a heavy blow. Trying to grope her too, Marcus boots him clear across the room, making him puke on impact. Onlookers watch, in utter shock, then glance at Alara, beside Marcus. In an instant, it all clicks. Marcus brushes himself off and takes Alara's hand. Let us go. On the way, the two playfully bicker until Marcus scoops Alara up in his arms. A passerby watches and tries the same romantic move. Babe, you weigh 360 pounds. I physically cannot do this. Hearing that the girl picks him up instead and marches forward in giant strides. Even Marcus is impressed by that power move. Alara buries her face in his chest laughing. They do not head home until afternoon. Sitting on the couch, Alara asks, "Can I go back to work?" "Of course. You are healed. Whatever a healthy person can do, you can do." "Then let me tell my family the good news," Alara calls home. Hanging up, she turns to Marcus. "My parents want to meet you." Marcus shifts nervously, scratching his head as she adds, "They will be here in 10 minutes. Let me take a quick shower and change." 15 minutes later, a middle-aged couple and a handsome young man arrive. Marcus recognizes the young man as Dante. The moment Marcus sees Alara's mother, though, he finally understands why Alara is so stunning. Her mother's elegance is truly remarkable. She walks in, checking Alara over from head to toe before quickly turning her attention to Marcus. Taking his hand with a warm smile, she says, "So you are Marcus. I do not even know how to thank you." Marcus demurs, "Ma'am, sir." Good, Dante chimes in. "Bro, what about me?" "The other half?" Alara's father nods at Marcus with a calm, warm smile. "Thank you for looking after my girl. Alara, are you really better?" "Yes, I am." Alara smiles. But her parents are not overly excited. After all, nobody would believe that stage 4 breast cancer could just disappear. Marcus says nothing, his eyes calm and steady. No arguments, no explanations. Once the follow-up tests confirm Alara's full recovery, the family will surely come around. That evening, Marcus personally cooks for the whole family, and his skills blow everyone away. Dante, a major martial arts enthusiast, cannot stop praising the food. Dante trains in multiple combat disciplines, including kickboxing and traditional boxing. Though his natural talent is limited and his frame is small, his dedication to martial arts is fierce. Right there at the dinner table, Dante throws down a sudden challenge. He wants to spar with Marcus. Alara quickly tries to stop it, but Marcus agrees without hesitation. Sure, Alara's parents are not surprised. After all, Dante already told them that Marcus had handled some serious trouble, so his fighting skills must be real. They are grateful to Marcus not because they believe he cured Alara, but because they appreciate his companionship during what they believe are Alara's final days. He protects her from harm, giving her the love she deserves. The dinner is warm and rare, though Alara's mother quietly pushes down the heavy worry in her heart, savoring this fleeting warmth. Marcus is steady by nature, never saying much unless he needs to, but the more they interact with him, the more Alara's parents approve. They even think he outshines their own son. Before long, Dante cannot hold back and challenges Marcus to spar. Marcus happily agrees. Sure. The top-floor living room is spacious. Dante steps in with total confidence, but the very moment they clash, he realizes the gap between them is astronomical. His testing jab gets caught in a vice grip, his kick is blocked effortlessly, and his full-power follow-ups are completely dominated. He cannot land a single hit, leaving him no choice but to call it off. "Stop, I am done, I am done." Just as Dante is reeling from the humiliation, Marcus extends an olive branch. "If you can handle the pain, I will train you." For a while, I can double your physical strength and multiply your combat power several times over. Bro, are you serious? But you have to be willing to suffer. Dante does not hesitate. I cannot promise anything else, but when it comes to martial arts, I can take the pain. Good. I have some things to handle these next few days, then I will start. Dante is fully recharged in an instant. Bro, that night the whole family stays on the top floor. In private, Alara teases Marcus. My parents are very open-minded, you know. Why so stressed? I was worried you would feel caught in the middle. The next day, Marcus says he needs to head back to his hometown, giving her family time to take Alara for a checkup. Alara hugs him tight, reluctant to let go before Marcus drives 200 miles back to his hometown in Jane County. The area is remote and sparsely populated, though the roads have improved a lot in recent years. Marcus hauls his suitcase, walking 6 miles on foot back to the village. Half an hour later, he enters Wong Village. Mostly single-story homes with a few two-story houses here and there and cars parked along the street. It is no longer the isolated place it once was. Along the way, neighbors greet him, though plenty of them gossip behind his back. A college graduate 3 years out, with no money, no wife, and zero sense of responsibility. But Marcus does not let it bother him. Instead, he spots Mrs. Yang and presses a pack of premium meat into her hands. After all, he ate at her house constantly growing up. Oh my, thank you, Marcus. Don't mention it. Give it a try. Marcus, you are back. Come on in. You have lost some weight, but you look incredibly sharp. No amount of village gossip can outweigh this moment of pure family warmth. The truth is, Marcus lived with his grandparents until he was 6 or 7, then was adopted by his childless uncle and aunt. He never changed how he addressed them, but they always treated him as their own son. This trip, he opens his suitcase right away, pulling out the gifts. Oh no, you really should not have this kid spending money like this again. It is the least I can do, Uncle Min. I hope you like them. Next, he calls his sister. Grace, I am back. I am making lunch, so come on over. Okay, I will be right there. Grace is nearly 30. She married into wealth, but has never been able to have children. She rides her electric scooter over carrying snacks and fruit Marcus loved as a kid. When the siblings meet, their close bond is obvious. But with his sharp instincts, Marcus immediately spots something deeply off about his sister. In the middle of the scorching summer heat, she wears a high-collared, long-sleeve shirt. Bruises peek out from her neck, and every movement carries a subtle flinch. Marcus also notices bizarre things clinging to Grace. Concussion Fiend Level 5 Elite Monster, not available for combat, will heal over time. Anxiety Fiend Level 5 Special Monster, currently not available for combat. Blood Stasis. Fiend Marcus forces down his rising rage. He sits with the family and enjoys hot pot and teppanyaki first. During the meal, Grace praises his cooking skills and even suggests he open a hot pot restaurant. I have actually been thinking about that. Using clothes shopping as an excuse to get Grace out of the house, he asks her point blank while writing, "Does he hit you?" Grace to Uncle Min and Auntie Min know about this. Grace answers softly, "They know." Then she notices their route. Marcus, I think we took a wrong turn. The clothing store is not this way. I am not going shopping. I am going to your house. Marcus, stop. His family is massive, and he runs with dangerous people. We cannot afford to cross them. Grace, trust me. As long as I am here, no one lays a hand on you. Beneath those calm words burns an absolute inferno of rage. Marcus is usually composed, but when it comes to family composure, goes straight out the window. Marcus, those people do not hold back. They do not know when to stop. If something happens to you, how could I live with myself? Grace, I am grown now. Let me handle this. Our family will be fine. By then, they are already at the entrance of Grace's apartment complex. Marcus parks. The scooter takes her hand and heads straight for Building 3 Unit 202. He knocks. The door swings open, revealing Derica buzz-cut thug, reeking of cheap booze, standing like a tank, dripping with arrogance. Before Derek can speak, Marcus plants a devastating kick that sends him flying. Derek doubles over, clutching his stomach, his face twisted in fury. You little punk. You got a death wish. Oh, so this loser is backing you up, Grace. Just sit and watch. You think you are tough? Why so quiet? Still feel like acting big. Please. I was wrong. I will do whatever you say. First, you are coming back to Wong Village with me to apologize to Uncle and Auntie Min. No exceptions. Since the two villages are separated by just one road, they arrive in no time. Uncle and Auntie Min rush outside to an unbelievable sight. Marcus is publicly beating Derek. Marcus actually dares to hit him. That is how it should be. Every family needs a son to stand up for them. Without a son, everyone pushes you around. Even your daughter has no standing in her husband's home. My daughter married into their family, yet my son-in-law comes to our doorstep looking for trouble every other day. Uncle Min has always been a quiet, patient man, but right now all that bottled-up pain comes rushing out. This blow is for Uncle Min, this one is for Auntie Min, and this kick is for Grace. Right then, 4 motorcycles roar, and Derek's backup has arrived. The only ones on the Wang side are Marcus and Uncle Min. Should they step in, the Yangs clearly have the advantage in numbers. Who would dare? A motorcycle screeches to a halt nearby. You little punk, you dare touch one of ours. Today I will rip your limbs off. The crowd backs away while Uncle and Auntie Min clench their fists. Grace turns pale. Don't be scared. Grace, you don't need to worry about this little problem. A steel pipe swings down hard, but Marcus catches it barehanded, twisting the solid metal into a pretzel. This single moment shocks everyone into silence, and the Yangs freeze. Marcus tosses the ruined pipe aside and walks toward them step by step. My sister married into your family, so you would cherish her, not beat her. Derek hit my sister and disrespected my uncle. I did not cripple him today, and that is me showing mercy. You are asking for death. Derek musters his courage and swings a fist at Marcus. Marcus does not flinch or dodge. He lets the fist land square on his cheek. Is that all you got? Devin screams and staggers back his swollen fist, and purple knuckles nearly cracked. With that little strength, you dare act tough. In front of me, Marcus scoffs. He steps forward, grabs Devin by the collar, lifts him off the ground, and flings him several meters away like a rag doll. The rest of them see this, and nobody dares step forward. They are shaking, from head to toe, finally broken. We were wrong, they stammer. We will never bully your sister or mess with the Wangs again. You think, sorry, cuts it. Marcus turns to Grace, asking what she wants to do. Grace answers in a steady voice, I don't want anything, I just want a divorce. Her demand catches the Yangs completely off guard. They expected outrageous demands. Money, compensation, whatever. They never expected it to be just a divorce. I agree right now. Then we do what my sister says. Marcus replies, I don't want anything to do with them anymore. Are they okay? Though she looks at them with concern, she is worried Marcus went too far and might face legal trouble. Marcus walks over and gets to work. Crack, crack. Relax, they are just flesh wounds. They will be fine. The men crumpled on the ground scream, but then limped to their feet. That same day, Grace and Derek signed the papers. Looking at the divorce certificate, a massive weight lifts off her shoulders. Meanwhile, Lara's condition has stabilized for now, so Marcus decides it is time to change things at home. Over dinner, Uncle Ching rolls in with Auntie Ching. Perfect timing, Uncle. I have something to discuss, Marcus says. Marcus scoops Uncle Ching out of his wheelchair and sets him into a regular seat. Attaboy Marcus. He pours Uncle Ching some wine. Auntie Ching wants to stop him, but hesitates. Spinal damage fiend, Vanguard minion, a level 40 elite monster. His walking ability can be restored. A level 40 elite is something he can handle. I can bring feeling back to your legs and maybe even get you walking again. Uncle Ching freezes, sure he misheard, while Auntie Ching stares in shock. The hospital said there was nothing they could do, and I accepted that long ago. Marcus pulls out a pen and paper to jot something down. Trust me this once. If it fails, you lose nothing. Here's a prescription. Marcus applies golden needle acupuncture bone setting and a century-grade massage, clearing the blockage locked in those legs for 10 years. After 10 years, he runs through the massage and acupuncture one more time, then enters combat. The spinal damage fiend has 16,000 health points, double his estimate, but for Marcus, there is no danger. None at all. It is a massive beast with an ox head and a fish body. Its giant tail slams into Marcus, dealing 0 damage. Now Marcus strikes back with the white tiger Vajra in his hand. Victory. He earns 1,600 experience points, plus formulas for bone restoration and intestinal cleansing. Right then, Uncle Ching gasps, I can feel them. For a man who has been paralyzed for 10 years, feeling his own legs again is an indescribable joy. Just a little more. Yeah, that is it. You are walking great. I am fine. I can do this. He gasps. Uncle Ching's eyes fill with uncontrollable tears. Only someone who has felt that kind of overwhelming joy knows what it means to cry like this. Look, I am actually standing, he gasps. I can't wait. He gets up and takes a few steps. I am actually healed. The shock makes everyone forget to ask where Marcus learned medicine. Later, he simply says, he studied under an old traditional doctor. Uncle Ching drinks for the first time in 10 years, standing up and walking around during dinner, terrified. It is all a dream. Marcus seizes the moment to pitch an idea opening a hot pot restaurant. Everyone agrees quickly. They drink late into the night, hashing out the details, while Grace jots notes in her little notebook. After dinner, Uncle Ching insists on walking home by himself. The next day, the village is abuzz. Look, is not that Uncle Ching from the Wang family? It sure is. Everyone is absolutely stunned. Uncle Ching, paralyzed for a decade, is walking again. Meanwhile, Marcus is in town scouting for locations, weighing whether to rent an existing hot pot joint or build one from scratch. As he walks, he suddenly hears a familiar voice. Marcus. She knows he is looking for a spot. What a coincidence, I know this area well. What do you need? Somewhere big with an open front. Out of the way is fine. Come on, I will show you. Brianna is 4 years older than Marcus. Having lost her husband, she is raising her 2-year-old daughter alone. Come eat at my parents' place later. They always ask about you. Sure, thanks, Brianna. Marcus, the Lee house is your home. Marcus freezes. What are you thinking it is my parents' place? Nothing. At the edge of town stands a 3-story building. Marcus likes it the second he sees it. It has plenty of parking, open views, and easy access. Almost everyone entering town from the south passes right by, and it sits next to the highway. After a moment, Marcus says, this is the one. Brianna, I'm sold. Brianna blinks. You sure? Positive. Marcus nods. The building is already renovated and brand new, inside just empty. All right, now that we found the place, come home with me. We haven't talked about rent yet. Shouldn't we call the landlord to lock it down? I want to open in a few days. It is my building. Forget rent. I would give it to you if I could. Marcus scratches his head. Well, the rent. Are you looking down on me, Marcus? If you consider me family, never mention rent again. Use it as long as you want. With her mind made up, Marcus cannot refuse, so he stops to buy some fruit and a special gift before heading to the Lee house with Brianna. Chief Lee and his wife are thrilled to see him. Oh, you shouldn't have so many gifts. It's the least I could do, sir. Ma'am, just a small token. Marcus, come in, sit down. Mom, I'm here. Brianna is there, too. And beside her stands a little girl, Mimi. What are you looking at? Mimi. Say hi to Uncle Marcus. Mimi looks like a porcelain doll blessed with Brianna's Janissa little angel carved from jade. Uncle Marcus, she chirps in a sweet voice. Marcus feels an inexplicable warmth. She is so precious and cute. His expression brings warm laughter. You really love kids. Marcus. Got a girlfriend. Marcus answers quickly. Yes, I do. Mimi, this is for you. Wow, thank you. Teddy bear, you are so soft and comfy. Mimi say, thank you to Uncle Marcus. Thank you, Uncle Marcus. That honey sweet voice is music to everyone's ears. Then the little girl stretches her arms out, wanting Marcus to hold her. She nuzzles her tiny face against his cheek. Brianna is surprised. Mimi never lets strangers hold her. Maybe she senses the calm, gentle spirit in Marcus. That is why she trusts him. Then out of nowhere, Mimi calls him Daddy twice. Marcus freezes like a statue. The entire family stares in disbelief. Marcus taps Mimi on the nose. Brianna watches her daughter, tenderness and heartache in her eyes before turning to him. Make yourself at home, Marcus. Don't be a stranger. Brian, go check if dinner's ready. Dinner is served soon after. Chief Lee, a big warm-hearted man, treats Marcus like family. Eat up, son, he says. Anytime you want a meal at my place, it is on the house. This kid sure is lucky. The little one is so attached to you, why not be her godfather? It starts as a joke, but Marcus agrees instantly. Deal. Brianna freezes, eyes wide with surprise. Right now, Marcus is in a unique position. He carries a quiet confidence because his greatest assets are things money can never buy. While most people derive their confidence from wealth or power, Marcus stands apart. Beyond his incredible combat strength, he also commands a healing gift so powerful it can literally hold a life in its hands. Take Chief Lee, for example. Without Marcus, he would be gone. So while everyone else grinds day and night for money, Marcus has already moved far beyond that stage. He truly believes money is just an accessory. Sure, money talks, and it can easily buy the illusion of happiness, devoted parents, obedient children, a harmonious family, and a picture-perfect life. Life is a stage, and the stage is life where real and fake blur together. As they say, a long illness tests even the most devoted child. The human heart can only bear so much, so who is to say what is real or fake? Still, Marcus needs to build wealth for his family. That is why he is opening this restaurant. Back at the table, Marcus feels a little embarrassed. I did not bring a gift today, but I will make it up next time. Chief Lee and his wife whisper about his background, eager to lend a hand. Helping someone in their hour of need is worth more than gold. Today, becoming Mimi's godfather brings these families even closer. Chief Lee and his wife chat warmly. Son, if there is anything you ever need, please do not hesitate to ask. We are family now. How about we visit your home sometime? Marcus agrees, though he worries about causing trouble. No trouble at all, they insist. Then it is settled, and Brian's mother beams. Her gratitude to Marcus runs deep. After lunch, Marcus prepares to leave and Brianna hands him the keys. When he tries to bring up rent, she shoots him a warning look. Fine, he laughs. I cannot win with you. All right, how about this? I did not get Mimi a gift today, so I will give her 10% of the restaurant shares. Brianna accepts immediately. Deal. She then hands him a card PIN code 6 zeros, which he instinctively refuses. Brianna, I do not need this. I have money. Fine, she replies. When you hit it big, treat me to a fancy dinner. Bye for now. Marcus waves her off deeply, feeling her genuine kindness because he saved Brianna's father. That alone is why she genuinely cares for him. She is a powerhouse, wealthy, capable, and a few years older than Marcus. As her brother's former classmate and now her daughter's godfather, if she is not good to him, who will be? When Brianna walks back inside, her family looks at her curiously. She has been acting differently today, bringing Marcus home, suggesting the godfather role, and even insisting on driving him home instead of letting Brian do it. If she had not been married, before they would be a perfect match, but she is a widow with a daughter. Deciding to clear the air, Brianna says Mom Marcus is opening a hot pot restaurant. He needed a location, so I offered him my empty building, which he loved. Brian cannot help but ask what she thinks of Marcus. Brianna glares, and Brian shuts up instantly. After all, even if there were something between them, what did it have to do with anyone else? Back home, Marcus updates his family on the restaurant. He pauses, then asks Uncle Ching and Auntie Ching how Yang and Chong are doing at work. They are barely scraping by, doing hard labor with no future or real skills. They only work when jobs are available. Marcus suggests bringing them back, since the new restaurant needs hands and they can hire fewer outsiders. Auntie Ching lights up, calling Marcus a thoughtful kid and planning to call them immediately. Her boys have no future out there, and coming back to work with Marcus is a much better option. Just then Marcus's phone rings. It is Alara. Do you miss me? She asks. Yes, so much, he replies. She happily mentions her checkup went well, but Marcus knows she is just telling white lies to make him feel good. Surprised, she asks how he knows. You are at the mid-stage, he says, and I can cure you completely. I promise to give you a long life and a big family. Meeting you is the best thing that ever happened to me, Alara whispers before they hang up. With a full heart, Marcus begins preparing his secret hot pot base, a task only he can manage. Luckily, a single batch lasts a long time and he can store it in his spatial inventory. He only needs a temporary storage room to keep enough on hand. Some secrets are best kept quiet to avoid trouble. That afternoon, Brian arrives to help, bringing along cousins and relatives to pitch in. They divide the tasks easily. No major renovations are needed, just purchasing hot pot tables. Cost is no issue. As for the production licenses and permits, Brian manages those as well. Despite the heavy paperwork, the process moves quickly. Meanwhile, Marcus spends every spare moment training his white tiger stance and golden needle acupuncture, watching his experience points climb. And he cannot stop. Once mastery is complete, he will gain a permanent 10 points each, to constitution, strength, and stamina. When you can literally see your own progress, staying motivated is easy. The next afternoon, Yang and Chong return home. Both stand 6 feet tall, sharing good-looking solid Wang family genes, though they are dirt poor. Marcus gives them a quick rundown of the restaurant business. They already know some details from their call, but walking in brings an even bigger surprise. Seeing their father on his feet, both boys tear up. This means more than any paycheck, especially after their mother's years of suffering. They ached for her, but had no way to let her rest. As you grow older, you realize that spending money is often how you show true devotion. Money might not be everything, but 99% of life's problems stem from lacking it. Brianna also provides the production facility for the hot pot base. Marcus believes if you must owe someone, it is best to keep it to one person. Better to owe a massive debt of gratitude to a single benefactor. Besides, Marcus saved her father, which is no small favor. Environmental certifications, production licenses, mass manufacturing, she handles it all. The factory is the foundation and everything is fast-tracked. Reinforce the mounting brackets on those industrial mixers. One more time, the site manager instructs. Over the next 5 days, Marcus's white tiger stance levels up completely. Every spare moment outside of making the base is spent training. The passive skill reaches level 4, permanently adding 40 points to his constitution, strength, and stamina. Today is opening day with no fanfare or big announcements. Marcus's entire family is here. Uncle Min Auntie, Min, Uncle Ching, Auntie Ching, Grace, Yang Chong, and Marcus himself, along with Tiger, Brianna, Brian, and their cousins. Even little Mimi and Chief Lee's family bring a congratulatory flower basket. On day one, Marcus sets up 2 massive pots at the end of the counter, simmering with rich stock. This broth is his secret hot pot base. Today, he skips the individual seasoning packets to prepare a premium bone broth using the high-quality beef bones from his spatial inventory. These top-grade bones produce an incredibly rich, pure broth. As the soup simmers on low heat, a mouth-watering natural aroma begins to drift all the way down the street. To mark the occasion, they light a string of firecrackers. The restaurant is named World's Second Best Hot Pot. Why second? Because claiming number 1 feels too arrogant. It is better to stay humble. The location is slightly off the beaten path, but this spot rewards real culinary skill. Spanning 3 floors and over 10,000 square feet, the second floor features 50 small dining tables. The third floor consists of private dining rooms spanning over 3,000 square feet. These rooms were already built left over from a previous beauty salon. Since the focus here is strictly on food, they kept the layout simple. With over 300,000 followers on social media, Marcus is the biggest creator in the county. He posts the restaurant's location and opening time, sharing that unforgettable name. Most followers discovered him through his incredible knife skills, while others followed after tasting his skewers at the Capital City Food Market, which sits just 60 miles away, not too far for dedicated foodies willing to make the 2-hour drive. As the massive pots simmer, the rich, mouth-watering aroma drifts outside. This enticing scent is exactly why Marcus is confident enough to skip traditional advertising. He does not need a prime location either. Just start early and let the aroma do the talking. That is the best advertising money cannot buy. The power of scent is something most people overlook. Put it this way, even the most beautiful woman in the world will not turn heads if she reeks. This natural, authentic fragrance born from herbs and real spices awakens your taste buds. It is the kind of mouth-watering, soul-soothing scent that makes you never want to leave. And then there is the broth, clearly not factory-made, but alive with flavor. You can still see the bones in the pot. That unique, one-of-a-kind bone broth aroma is something many are smelling for the very first time. Marcus checks his watch, only 9:30 in the morning, still over 2 hours until noon. Little Mimi clings to Marcus, practically drooling, whispering that her daddy smells so good on opening day. Today, Brian, Brianna, and the rest of the family hustle nonstop. Marcus hoists the little girl onto his shoulders, then heads off to roast a lamb leg crispy on the outside, melt in your mouth, inside seasoned with authentic 5-spice. It is almost as big as she is, a scene cute enough to make your heart explode. She looks like a porcelain doll, grinning from ear to ear, her eyes squeezed into little crescents. Daddy is the best. Then eat up, sweetheart. Every time she calls him Daddy, Marcus feels a strange warmth, as if she were actually his own. You can cook like this, too. Brianna stares at him, impressed. It is a gift. Brianna laughs, watching Marcus and her daughter together. The scene just feels right. Before long, the aroma pulls people through the door. We just opened. That is right, brand new. A young man sniffs the air. Can we eat now? Man, that smell is unreal. We start serving at 11:30. The bone broth still needs 2 more hours, then book us a table. Any opening specials? Half price today, and every single ingredient is the real thing. With our open kitchen, you can watch us work. It is all about taste and health. And Marcus is not exaggerating. The broth from those premium beef bones is unmatched. An all-natural base like this is simply irreplaceable. All the beef and lamb are hand-sliced in-house in generous portions. Marcus insists on earning only honest money, never cutting corners. He believes wealth must match ability or it invites disaster. Every piece of meat I serve has to be the best quality. One reservation is just the start. More quickly, follow table after table. Some people just hang around the entrance hoping for a spot because even breathing in this place is a treat. Others squeeze inside, find a seat order, a beer, and start drinking. Look closer, and most of the customers are actually regulars who traveled here after trying his skewers before. Uncle Min, Auntie Min, and Grace manage the first floor. Everyone has a role. Uncle Ching handles the register while Yang and Chong cover the second and third floor service. Seeing all of them hold their own, Marcus feels a deep sense of peace. The restaurant's core is that exclusive base and premium beef bones. Grace launches a video account for it, filming the preparation. With half price on opening day, steady customers are sure to follow, bringing a solid income. Hey, Tiger, your mom says you are free. Come work here. Sure, as long as the pay covers my bills. I have no real talent. Day 1 draws a massive crowd. Brian insists on helping Marcus. Let me jump in. Now, I have got this. Marcus will not let him. Instead, he books a private room for the whole Lee family. He also calls in Mrs. Yang last minute. $8,000 a month, same as Tiger. That is way too much. Way too much. What is the pay standard in Jane County? Here's the picture. Teachers earn 3,000 to 4,000. Grocery clerks make 2,000 to 3,000, and 12-hour factory jobs pay 4,800 to 5,200. 8,000 is top-tier pay. Outside of the power company, a normal salary does not even hit 5,000 or 6,000. This is incredible money for folks from the village. Waiting tables feels like a vacation compared to what they are used to. Marcus, I've got something to discuss with you. Brian catches Marcus between tasks. Sure, let us talk after lunch. The Lee family is stuffed and satisfied. They used to wonder why Marcus wanted a hot pot restaurant, but now they get it. This is the best food on earth. Brianna gazes at the packed restaurant, a scene of pure, bustling life. She watches that calm, composed young man, warm as a spring breeze, and for a moment, she is completely lost in it. Dear, Brianna's mother calls gently. Brianna blushes as she catches the knowing look in her mother's eyes. Mom, do not read into it. I just feel like he is different. The more she explains, the more suspicious it sounds, and she knows it. She does not think it is romantic. She just feels Marcus is unlike anyone she has ever met. She has never seen another young man like him, so young with that clean and strikingly handsome face. He should carry the swagger of youth, wild and reckless, but Marcus has none of that. He is sincere and trustworthy, yet he never oversteps. Still, he is just so nice to look at. You cannot help but keep looking. It is a comfortable feeling. Mimi has already fallen asleep in his arms. One arm cradles her wrapped in a jacket as the little girl sleeps soundly nestled against his chest with a harmony that words cannot capture. They almost look like they belong together. Brianna is deeply moved by Marcus's pure, effortless affection for Mimi. At 3 p.m, the last table clears out and everyone is raving about the authentic flavors. Plenty of people film and share, and world's second best hot pot goes unexpectedly viral. The name sounds a bit dorky at first, but you have to admit it sticks instantly. Brian, what is with the mystery? Nothing much, I just wanted to buy you a hot pot dinner. Oh, there is a high school reunion tonight. 10, maybe 20 people want to come. I probably cannot make it, but Coco is going. Marcus goes quiet. Coco was his high school classmate. She stands 5'7" and weighs about 200 pounds, but with a face that radiates elegance and porcelain white skin, she carries absolutely no trace of bloat. She has slender forearms, graceful hands, and well-shaped calves. Her waist is not exactly slim, but it somehow appears that way. Back in high school, beauty standards were narrow, and nobody appreciated her full-figured beauty. Instead, she caught constant flack for her weight. Coco once confessed to Marcus in private, "I cannot afford to date, and I do not like you like that." The confession was private, but word still got around. After the rejection, Coco was mortified. Marcus still remembers it clearly. Even though Coco stayed the same as always, Marcus gradually drifted away from her. After graduation, he only hung out with a handful of close friends over breaks. 6 or 7 years have gone by in a blink. All right, I will go take a look. Got a girlfriend. Yeah, she is in the capital. I miss her. Coco is gorgeous now, you know. Marcus thinks it over. Through adult eyes, she truly is stunning. All right, I will pick you up tonight and we will go together. Cool. Marcus nods and sees Brian off. They say success means nothing if no one sees it like wearing silk in the dark, but Marcus's mindset is level now. He just wants to see Coco. Back in high school, they were genuinely close. He never saw her as a girl knot until near the end of junior year, when out of nowhere, Coco told him she liked him. It caught him completely off guard. Coco was always a top student. As the years passed, Marcus came to understand how young and clueless he had been. After entering the real world, he learned that Coco went into government a golden girl by any measure. Good family, top grades, and only child with no family, draining her dry. And through adult eyes, Coco is absolutely beautiful, a different kind of beauty. When you are young, you do not know how to appreciate it, but that is all in the past now. On a summer afternoon, Marcus sits in the shade outside the restaurant. Marcus. The visitor is Piggy, a man from Wang Village. 10 years ago, robbers broke into his home. The intruder followed him back to the village and attacked in the middle of the night. Piggy took a hammer blow to the head, survived, but was left with severe brain damage. Marcus hands him a lamb leg. Piggy wolfs it down, sitting happily beside him. Marcus spots the disease monster near Piggy, a fortune spirit. A fortune spirit Marcus understands now. Piggy survived all these years thanks to the fortune spirit's protection. The fortune spirit cannot be fought, but upon entering combat, it can be tamed once. The brain damage fiend is a level 100 berserker king monster that can be fought. Marcus decides to try the fortune spirit first. This tame once mechanic reminds him of the nebula monster he encountered before. He feels a rush of excitement. In an instant, wind and clouds swirl within the 5-colored glow. A golden dragon coils its roar like thunder. 10,000 beams of golden light rain down, and the dragon pearl fuses in permanently into his constar. Star Treasure acquired Dragon Pearl bonus skill War Beast, taming loyalty 100%, while Spirit Con and other stats are tripled. This treasure is incredibly hard to level up, but Marcus is overjoyed all the same. Spirit is critical for animal combat power, and hunting dogs have the highest combat spirit. Marcus looks forward to taming a high-level beast. He watches Piggy savoring the food and sighs. Destinies differ, but happiness knows no class. Player Marcus level 21, Constitution 2, 04 HP 78. A new power talent detected: Indestructible Body, Skill White Tiger Stance. Gear: Golden Dragon Armor, Bronze Ring, Boar, Helm. Marcus feels a surge of raw power. Brimming with confidence, yet choosing to play it safe, he decides to level up first. Combined with White Tiger Stance, he can now challenge a level 30 boss. The counterattack begins. Piggy finishes eating and leans against the wall to rest. His simple, pure joy is contagious. Most people are unhappy because their desires are never satisfied. Everyone knows contentment brings peace, but few ever practice it. Marcus suddenly hesitates. If he could heal Piggy's mind someday, should he? This man, disconnected from society for a decade, found peace in simple joys. If his mind were restored, he'd face deep trauma and a world he no longer recognizes. That might be crueler. Maybe this is the best arrangement. Whenever you're hungry, just come to the restaurant. I'll make sure you eat your fill. He doesn't know if he understands a single word, but he says it anyway, slow and gentle. Nearby, Brianna watches Marcus. She is struck by his kindness and effortless harmony, as if he could embrace the entire world. He gets along with everyone, like a gentle breeze standing in the middle of a fire completely untouched. Today she came to ask Marcus for help. A social media star used one of her skincare products, broke out in a rash, and is now threatening to sue. The product is fine, likely an allergic reaction, but proving that is hard. Brianna walks over looking stunning in the sunlight. She gets straight to the point. Can you treat skin breakouts? I can do master level massage and golden needle acupuncture, but it depends on the case. I'll take a look, no promises. Brianna lights up. They drive to her beauty clinic, Elegance Beauty. It is the largest beauty center in the county, occupying 3 floors on the busiest street. But right inside the clinic's living billboard is throwing a tantrum. Before they even step inside, a voice screams from within, "Get Brianna in front of me right now. 15 minutes or I'll see you in court." Brianna pushes the door open and the manager rushes over. Marcus spots the fashionable influencer across the room, noting a failed cosmetic surgery mark near her level 5 name. Wearing a mask and hat, her eyes burn with anger. Serena hesitates, then sits. She is a popular influencer who built her following entirely on her looks. She has been off the air for 2 days because of the breakout threatening her career. Marcus scans her, spotting a level 20 boss, a level 10 hemorrhoid boss, and a level 5 allergy monster. He analyzes the situation. Severe constipation caused a toxic buildup and rising internal heat. The allergy was just a trigger for hemorrhoids, and the root cause is intestinal dysfunction. Brianna introduces him as a master healer and Serena as the county's top influencer. Serena sizes Marcus up, staying quiet at first, before asking to get straight to business. She hesitates and slowly removes her mask, revealing a face covered in red bumps. Her eyes show deep anxiety. Marcus stands before her, leaning in slightly to study her skin with intense focus. His fingertip gently tilts her chin, signaling her to open her mouth. After a quick examination, he delivers his diagnosis. You have severe constipation and hemorrhoids. The facial rash is just a symptom. The real root is toxic buildup, causing hormonal imbalance and rising internal heat. Serena is stunned. Her condition is indeed severe, going 6 or 7 days without a bowel movement, and every attempt takes forever. Afterwards, she has to manually push the hemorrhoids back in, leaving her exhausted. She tried eating fiber, drinking water, herbal teas, and juices. They only offered temporary relief before the symptoms bounced back. She stopped taking laxatives, fearing they would damage her colon. Even after surgery, the issues returned, becoming her biggest burden. It is so painful she often cries on the toilet, and the constant straining gives her splitting headaches. Fearing a brain hemorrhage, she relies on daily suppositories. Brianna watches Marcus with a quiet smile, saying nothing. Serena finally speaks up, insisting that regardless of the cause, the reaction started at the clinic. She pauses, then asks with worry, "If I stop using this, how long?" Until it clears up, Marcus finds her pretty reasonable and decides to help, since the goal is solving the issue. "I will cure your constipation, your hemorrhoids, and clear your face within 3 days. Remembering a potent herbal formula for gut health, he decides to brew the traditional medicine himself. Serena remains skeptical, asking if he can really cure this. Completely confident, Marcus promises she will see results soon. He writes a prescription for the clinic staff to fill, then prepares his acupuncture needles. He performs targeted acupuncture to balance her energy. Though tense, a hint of trust glimmers in her eyes. Once the raw herbs arrive, Marcus begins brewing following precise ratios and a specific sequence until a unique herbal fragrance fills the air. Brianna recognizes that comforting scent instantly. Serena is surprised a remedy can smell so pleasant. Simply inhaling the steam seems to make her entire body feel slightly better. Marcus hands her the bowl. With a look of reluctant resignation, Serena pinches her nose, closes her eyes, and downs the herbal tea in one swift gulp. Meanwhile, in his mind, Marcus enters combat against a level 20 mutant boss. The beast is a 10-foot-tall golden lion with a blazing mane and 20,000 HP. But Marcus, supercharged by the power of the dragon Pearl, Fusion is completely unfazed. He actually feels this level 20 boss is beneath him. As the golden lion opens its jaws and lunges, he does not flinch. A glowing shield of defensive energy materializes. Vortex shield combined with warrior spirit creates an effortless block. The golden lion refuses to back down and charges again, but Marcus remains immovable. Every strike deals 0 damage, with the impact reflecting back to injure the beast itself. This proves Marcus is ready for a level 30 boss. He tightly grips his white tiger Vajra weapon, ready to end this. The Vajra crackles with immense energy and strikes the golden lion. A critical hit of 1,000 damage flashes, cracks, split across its body, and it finally crumbles. Victory. He gains 2,000 experience points in level 20, tier 2 steel armor. Marcus frowns. Since he already wears the legendary golden dragon armor, this loot is useless scrap. He glances down at his worn-out shoes with a sigh. Moving forward, he easily defeats the level 10 hemorrhoid boss and the allergy monster. Meanwhile, back at the clinic, Serena speaks up. "Excuse me, I need to use the restroom." A few minutes later, Serena steps out looking completely refreshed. Marcus instructs boil 3 bowls of water down to 1 simmering over medium heat. In 3 days, you will be completely back to normal. Thank you so much, and sorry for the trouble. Laughing with relief, Serena departs. Still, Brianna remains skeptical about a long-term cure. Her severe constipation caused a toxic buildup, and the skincare product was merely a trigger. Hearing this, Brianna relaxes. "You are amazing, Marcus. How can I repay you?" Her charm briefly distracts him, but he quickly recovers. His heart belongs to Alara, and he refuses to waver. Meanwhile, Brianna watches him with growing admiration and awe, telling him how incredible he is. His gaze remains steady, his thoughts clear. Taking a step back, he politely declines further praise, saying he must return. Brianna grabs her keys, offering a ride. Marcus accepts, getting into her car as they head back to his shop. He worries the restaurant's sudden fame might invite trouble. Sitting inside, Marcus scrolls through short videos, pausing on a clip of a young guy attempting a 1-inch punch to break 5 taped bricks. The cracking sound is clearly fake, and the comment section is absolutely roasting him. Smirking, Marcus laughs, closes the video, and swipes to an even more ridiculous clip of someone attempting a knife hand chop on a solid brick. Staring at the screen, Marcus wonders if he should launch his own video channel. The next day, he gets to work grabbing 3 real bricks and tying them to a tree while Grace records. With a nod to start, Marcus takes his stance before the camera and unleashes a devastating blow. The bricks explode into tiny fragments, looking so dramatic it almost seems fake. Grace freezes in shock. Marcus pats her shoulder, whispering that they are just prop bricks. She calms down. He uploads the video, naming it, "This is real kung fu." In a flash, evening arrives. Regulars are already returning, bringing friends and family along. Brian pulls up on his scooter to grab Marcus for dinner. A cool breeze sweeps through Jeng County. 10 minutes later, the scooter pulls up at West Garden Restaurant. Suddenly, the wind howls and dark clouds roll in. Heavy rain pours. They scramble inside but still end up drenched. West Garden is the finest upscale spot in Jeng County. Vintage wood-paneled walls and a beautiful koi pond at the entrance give it a classy vibe. They head upstairs to private room 209, pushing the door open to find a room full of familiar high school faces. Brian was the star of their school days, and he is still treated like royalty. Among the girls in the room, Coco and Joy stand out. Coco weighs 200 pounds, but she has grown into a real beauty. Joy remains the undisputed class queen, radiant, elegant, and polite. Marcus greets them warmly, surprising both girls. They look up astonished and tell him he looks way better than he did back in the day. Coco beams at his arrival, her eyes shining. Marcus was her secret high school crush after all. She quickly invites him, saying she just opened a hot pot restaurant and promises he will love the food. He agrees, making it a date. Suddenly, Marcus notices a weak obesity fiend hovering near Coco. But when his gaze shifts to Joy, he spots a far stranger, translucent ice blue monster lurking right beside her. Illness, foot soldier. Marcus tightens his right fist and strikes. His hand becomes a blur, smashing directly into the creature's chest. A system alert flashes 200 experience points earned, plus a brand new skill called Kidney Strike. He checks the details. It weakens a disease monster's attack and defense by 20%. Meanwhile, Joy stares at her phone as a second ice blue monster begins to materialize. This one is a centurion far more menacing than the foot soldier. Marcus feels a flicker of frustration. Dealing with this high-level beast requires golden needle acupuncture before any physical combat can even start. There is simply no way to act right now. Joy notices his intense gaze and asks if something is wrong. Marcus asks if she has felt any discomfort, lately recommending a checkup. Suddenly, a snide laugh erupts nearby. Rex sneers, mocking Marcus for acting like some traditional medicine doctor. Coco glares at him, but Marcus keeps his face completely blank, refusing to acknowledge the insult. Rex feels utterly disrespected by the silent treatment. Rex snaps, demanding to know who Marcus thinks he is. Coco shouts back, telling him to shut up. Brian's face darkens. Rex sneers at Coco for defending a loser, prompting Brian to finally intervene, ordering Rex to apologize and leave. Brian's grim expression makes Rex falter. Meanwhile, downstairs, 3 massive men wearing heavy raincoats storm through the entrance. One of them demands to know the room number for Brian's private party. Claiming they have business, the receptionist quickly hands over the room number. The thugs march upstairs. Before anyone can react, they burst in and lock the door behind them. One of them slides a hand inside his coat and pulls out a gleaming knife. Brian instantly goes on high alert, sensing the extreme danger. The thug points the blade, commanding everyone to stay still. Rex, already furious and heading for the door, snaps. He demands to know who they are, mocking them for acting like they are in a movie. Without a word, the leader drives the knife straight into Rex's leg. Terrified screams erupt, but the attacker barks for silence. Rex collapses into the corner, clutching his bleeding leg in absolute agony. Marcus remains seated, his face calm and unbothered, as he studies the intruders. That is when he spots a glowing red icon floating above their heads. Labeling them with an assault curse, Marcus realizes what is happening, though he is surprised the system marks humans too. Across the room, Brian looks utterly horrified, whispering in disbelief as Marcus reads his face. Marcus instantly connects the dots. Brian steps forward, telling them he is the target and to let the others go. The leader sneers, seeking revenge for his imprisoned father and promising to wipe out Brian's entire family. Protecting people is Brian's duty, but his mind is spinning. His father just survived another threat, and he thought they were finally safe. He never expected these thugs to be this reckless. Fortunately, Rex's wound is not fatal. The thugs turn their attention to Coco, mockingly telling her not to be scared. Marcus steps forward, shielding her. Though she frantically warns him that they will kill him, Marcus's fist suddenly shoots forward and smashes directly into the armed man's wrist. The knife clatters to the floor. In a split second, Marcus unleashes a flurry of kicks. The other 2 attackers rush in to help their partner, but they are utterly outmatched. Even fighting 3 at once, Marcus does not break a sweat. He effortlessly takes them down in seconds. Soon, all 3 intruders lie unconscious on the floor. The rest of the room stares in stunned, breathless silence. No one knew Marcus possessed such incredible strength. To protect his secret, they agree to let Brian take the credit. After surviving this brush with death, Marcus returns to his booming restaurant, ready to get back to work. Marcus drags a lounge chair outside to enjoy the cool night breeze. The restaurant is packed with hungry customers. Relaxing, he pulls out his phone and is shocked to discover that his brick-smashing video has officially gone viral. The video of him shattering bricks is so over the top that commenters jokingly dub it the art of shameless honesty. As the comment section explodes, a grinning Marcus renames his channel to World's Second Best Fighter. He plans to buy soft bricks in bulk from a factory, building his brand around destroying insane quantities. At closing time, the family tallies up the register and is thrilled to see massive profits despite the discount. Each of their 3 shares is on track for $200,000 a month. Exhausted but absolutely thrilled, the family finishes cleaning up and walks home together down a quiet country lane on a warm summer night. Too excited to sleep, they sit up talking about the future with boundless energy. Marcus decides to treat his family to some century-grade massage and bone-setting therapy. The miraculous instant relief leaves them completely awestruck. These are easily the happiest days of their lives. The next morning, Marcus wakes early to train his white tiger stance, recruiting Yang and Chong to join him for some horse stance practice. Knowing advanced martial arts would be too intense, Marcus starts them on basic horse stance. With feet wide and bodies in a half squat, this ancient pose strengthens the kidneys, back, and core. Both young men are fit from years of hard manual labor, allowing them to master the forms quickly. Next, Marcus travels to East Village Brickworks to source more soft bricks. However, the workshop is incredibly small. In fact, it looks practically abandoned. When Marcus meets the owner, he freezes in surprise. It is Tanner, his old classmate, who recently inherited the business. Tanner is baffled by Marcus's request for easily breakable bricks. Marcus shows him his viral video and proposes they team up as content creators. Tanner happily agrees, naming his channel 1 Inch Punch Guy. Marcus immediately begins teaching his old friend the true art of brick breaking. To really sell the performance, Marcus explains that a longer wind-up makes the strike look devastating. With Tanner filming, Marcus lines up 10 soft bricks and obliterates the entire row with a single dramatic punch. Tanner's roaring laughter accidentally becomes the highlight of the clip. Using half bricks as props, their footage looks identical to the famous martial arts masters online. Before they wrap up, Tanner offers Marcus a great deal. He gives Marcus a whole truckload of bricks completely free, and they promise to catch up over drinks soon. Back home, Marcus notices his 10-year-old dog, Old Yellow, looking terribly weak and sluggish. Remembering how the dog once saved his life, Marcus uses beast taming, channeling raw dragon essence through his shadow needle. As the energy flows, the dog's coat starts to shine and his frail body miraculously strengthens. In an instant, the aging dog becomes incredibly sharp and energetic. Around noon, Marcus heads to the restaurant. Even with prices back to normal, the place is packed and visitors are already asking about franchising. Marcus politely declines, explaining that their signature hot pot broth must be handmade and cannot be mass-produced. Suddenly, an elderly customer coughs up blood and collapses. His panicked son shouts that it is late-stage cancer. It has nothing to do with the food. Marcus rushes over to examine the man, immediately detecting a level 80 boss monster. Acting fast, he uses his silver needles to stop the bleeding and soothe the agony. He is honest with the family, explaining he can only delay the inevitable. Staring at that terrifying level 80 boss marker, Marcus remembers Uncle Ching feeling the crushing weight of human helplessness against deadly diseases. The son asks with desperate hope if he can truly keep the pain away. For them, that mercy is a miracle. Marcus nods slowly with a heavy sigh, gently admitting that he cannot cure the illness. He knows his father is past saving. All he can do is say, "Thank you." The family visiting from out of town on a friend's recommendation for the hot pot quickly cleans up the blood and insists on paying for the treatment. Marcus refuses, accepting only the meal bill. Looking at the level 80 esophageal cancer grand marshal hovering over the old man, Marcus feels a deep unease. If Alara's breast cancer is left unchecked, it could eventually spawn a similar high-level cancer monster. He used to think the disease progressed step by step, but now he realizes the monster's level correlates with the patient's age. Alara, luckily, is still young and Uncle Ching's spinal injury wasn't terminal. The man asks if his father can return when the pain flares up. Marcus agrees, telling him to just ask his family if he is out. The restaurant goes viral thanks to Marcus's videos. His world's second-best fighter and world's second-best hot pot accounts feed off each other, while his extreme brick-smashing clips spark massive debates online. Some viewers call him a fraud, posing as a master, while others point to his white tiger stance breakdowns. They showcase extreme strength and flexibility, proving he is the real deal. But when fake looks real and real looks fake, controversy ignites. And controversy brings massive traffic. Is he a con artist or a master? As the comment section burns, Marcus knows exactly how to play the algorithm. Spotting a viewer challenging him, he immediately drops a response video, a live-streamed open challenge. Winner takes 1 million win, while the loser has to work as a waiter at the restaurant for a day. Next, he posts a video showcasing sheer volume shattering 10 soft bricks midair with clean, razor-sharp breaks. Even if viewers suspect it is fake, the raw visual impact is completely undeniable. Meanwhile, word of Marcus curing Uncle Ching's 10-year paralysis spreads like wildfire. Villagers line up at his door with pneumonia, gastritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, and even tumor patients. The stream of visitors is endless, but Marcus turns no one away. He is gaining vital combat experience and prepping for future level-ups. Most villagers arrive with spinal issues or hemorrhoids. His century-grade bone setting delivers instant relief for necks, shoulders, backs, and knees. Combined with his disease monster combat therapy, his reputation spreads incredibly fast. Pulling in hundreds of thousands a month from the restaurant, Marcus goes from a cautionary tale to the kid every parent wishes they had. Plus, his free treatments earn him the village's highest praise. Soon, Uncle Go arrives, explaining that his son, Ning, has a herniated disc that relapsed so badly after surgery he cannot walk. Ning is the village chief, and his previous surgery left him with implanted steel pins. Now he faces the risk of a second operation. Marcus grabs his silver needles and herbs and heads over. Their houses are barely 100 meters apart. Ning lies face down on the bed, completely drained. The agonizing relapse pain keeps him awake every night, making him seriously consider the second surgery. Ning's wife welcomes Marcus inside, and Ning forces a pained smile. After examining him, Marcus discovers a level 20 mutant boss monster inside. The system prompts that bone setting can reduce its stats by 20%. Facing Uncle Guo's anxious questions, Marcus prepares. This is Marcus's first encounter with a mutant boss. He is confident Ning can return to normal life, though he must avoid heavy labor. Entering the combat screen, the herniated disc fiend reveals itself with 80,000 HP. Even with the 20% stat reduction, it manifests as a massive tree demon with thick, tangled vines. As the fight begins, the tree demon lashes out. Its branches strike like pythons, dealing 180 damage. Marcus regenerates 33 HP per second, fully recovering his 337 HP in 10 seconds. He triggers Kidney Strike. It deals 500 damage and slashes the target's attack and defense by 20%. On the next turn, the tree demon's Vine Strike deals 0 damage. The debuff has completely neutralized its offense. Marcus switches to the White Tiger Vajra and activates Tiger Venom. Once it lands, it inflicts 5% of the target's current HP as damage each turn. That is 5% ticking every round, with the first tick dealing 3,950. Every 10 rounds, he refreshes Kidney Strike. The fight ends with ease, and Marcus earns 50,000 EXP, jumping straight to level 22. He also gets an EXP pill and century-grade carpentry. Popping the pill immediately, another 100,000 EXP pushes him to level 23. Warmth floods his body, and countless woodworking designs flash through his mind. Marcus brews the ancient blood vitality tonic for Ning. The pain vanishes instantly, and Ning can barely contain his joy, moving from hell to heaven. Uncle Guo and his wife insist Marcus stay for lunch, serving fish and beef. Ning's wife raises a toast, promising any help he needs. Marcus nods in agreement, realizing Ning's influence could help when he uses beast taming for local livestock breeding. After lunch, Marcus heads home and calls Alara. Her voice comes through cool and steady teasing. Well, looks like my man misses me. Marcus replies softly, listening as she asks him to say something sweet. Alara, you are the most beautiful. Between the banter, Marcus asks about her health. She is back at work, but he tells her to take it easy. All my money is yours now. They talk much longer than planned. Meanwhile, his family is preparing for the evening rush. Despite the heavy workload, everyone's face glows with excitement. Yang Chong and the younger crew handle the upper floors, busy but fulfilled. That Friday afternoon, Marcus offers to pick up Jade from school and heads out. Uncle Ching's daughter Jade is a high school senior, only coming home once a month. Parents' cars line the school entrance alongside a few dropout troublemakers. The bell rings and students pour out in uniform. Jade's single ponytail makes her stand out instantly, drawing glances from many boys. The Wang family genes are incredibly strong, and Jade shines in any crowd. Just as Marcus approaches, a 6-foot-tall guy named Shane blocks her path with his crew, confessing his feelings. Jade frowns, instantly rejecting him. With disgust on her face, she listens as Shane sneers, "Your dad is crippled and your mom kills herself working. How do you even pay tuition?" He laughs, offering to cover everything if she dates him. He even promises her a decent job later. Shane comes from money, but fell into street life early. Knowing Jade's weak spot is her devotion to her family, he maliciously uses guilt to break her down. As she falls silent, Shane smirks, thinking her hesitation means he has won. That is when Marcus steps in, warning, "Harass Jade again, and I will break your legs." Jade's eyes light up with relief. Shane, used to running with thugs, doesn't think twice about a nobody like Marcus. Big mistake. Without a word, Marcus throws a devastating punch straight into Shane's kidney, activating his Kidney Strike. Shane's body locks up his shoulders, shaking as he feels ice cold in the summer heat. Then a car pulls up. It is Shane's father. Shane runs to him, crying and pointing. "You hit my son, I will kill you." The father raises his hand to slap him, but Marcus kicks him square in the chest. The man stumbles and hits the dirt. "Just wait, kid. If I don't break your legs today, I will take your last name." He pulls out his phone to call backup. The commotion alerts school security, who immediately call the police. Later at the hospital, the doctor reviews the results, gives them a strange look, and diagnoses severe kidney deficiency. I suggest showing some restraint and focusing on your studies. Shane's face turns beet red. I haven't been doing anything bad. His father's eye twitches, and in the end, the whole drama fizzles out. Meanwhile, Marcus and Jade chat on their way home. At the restaurant, Jade is stunned to see her father walking. Tears pour down her face as her family reassures her that things have gotten better, telling her to focus on her exams. Consistently in the top 10% of her grade, Jade had to grow up too fast under her family's struggles. Marcus sees this, smiles, and tells her to stop stressing so much. I've got a surprise waiting for you at college. Meanwhile, the old home of Marcus's parents has long since crumbled. It sits right next to Uncle Min's plot. Combined, the total area is 1.5 acres. He calls Dante to design a house. Dante agrees to visit in a day or two. Marcus now possesses, this is century-grade carpentry. He plans to build Alara a traditional wooden mansion, plus get 2 white horses. He also wants some dogs for the homestead, settling on a Samoyed, a husky, and an Alaskan Malamute, those 3 goofballs. The next day, the construction crew rolls in with bulldozers and excavators. Marcus designs the blueprints himself, and everything moves like clockwork. Online influencer Iron Fist Fing, drawn by the world's second-best fighter title, issues a challenge. He commands 500,000 followers built on martial arts streams, and he is known for clout chasing. Marcus previously posted a 1 million yuan challenge video. Winner takes the cash, loser waits tables for a day. Feng wants to ride that first wave of hype, setting the showdown in the open lot in front of the restaurant. Feng brings his entire crew and fans for a live broadcast. River fires up Marcus's stream too, pulling in a massive crowd. Onlookers pack the area, and diners pour out of the restaurant, pressing their faces against the glass to watch the spectacle. Nothing like this has ever happened in Jiang County. Iron Fist Feng stands 6 feet tall with muscles carved from stone, skilled in backflips and spinning kicks. With a few amateur internet brawls under his belt, Feng knows the game. He suggests grabbing a bite first, proposing to go live in 2 hours. Marcus has no objections and nods. Feng is giving his team 2 hours to build hype, cross-promote, and spread the word. So he sits there enjoying delicious hot pot while the algorithm does its work. 2 birds, 1 stone. Marcus is busy too, calling Tanner over so they can build a content network together. The live stream numbers keep climbing as both sides strap on their gloves. Feng eyes Marcus's lean frame and thinks he has this in the bag. You can still back out, no need to get beaten. Lose, and you wait tables. Marcus's focus never wavers. Ready, Feng. The 2 step apart and square off. The tension is electric. River works the camera from the side, hunting for the perfect angle. Meanwhile, a massive crowd has gathered outside the restaurant. Some are fans, others just there for the show. Online, the buzz stays sky high with plenty of people calling it staged. Suddenly, both fighters explode into action. Marcus strikes first, unleashing a brutal combo of straight punches, but Feng recovers and fires back. At first, it is highly competitive, the 2 trading heavy blows, but then Marcus takes over, driving Feng backwards step by step. 1 full combo later, Feng is bruised, swollen, and gasping for air. Marcus, on the other hand, stands completely calm and untouched. I give up, I can't take any more. The stream and the crowd erupt as Feng shuffles off to put on a waiter's apron. Afterward, he goes live again, giving everyone a full breakdown of the match. That guy is a wolf in sheep's clothing. I've trained for 5 years and couldn't handle a single punch. Before this, nobody dared challenge him, so his true strength was hidden. But because of his honesty, Feng's following actually grows after the loss. Marcus doesn't rest, though. He heads straight to the county livestock market, which is rough and doesn't smell great. Look at that, this pig is easily 300 pounds, and that bull is top-quality stock. But all Marcus sees is a filthy black pig rolling in the mud. He walks further and reaching the horse stalls, needing 2 horses. The quality is average but passable. After inspecting them, Marcus counts out the cash, pays the owner, and leaves with his new animals. Back home, he ties the bull and horses to the big tree out front. Since he can only tame 1 animal per day, he starts with the big black pig. The rest must wait. Marcus applies his shadow needle, thickening the pig's frame and shortening its snout. It looks even more lovably dopey. Its fat packs tight like a half-sized barrel, with stubby, powerful legs that are oddly cute. The bristles are clean, and there's no smell at all after beast taming. The black pig looks irresistibly goofy, round and glossy like an oversized piggy bank come to life. The more Marcus looks at it, the cuter it gets. When it runs, its calf muscles ripple with real power. Marcus is amazed at how it perfectly blends adorable and fierce, and he can't stop petting it. Since the pig turned out this well, he can't wait to see what the other animals will become. That night, Marcus heads to the restaurant. The pig stays behind to guard the village, its high spirit stat letting it operate independently. The next morning, Marcus takes Old Yellow to the park to hunt for disease. The park air is crisp, with early risers exercising everywhere. By coincidence, he bumps into Brianna walking her husky. Since she lives nearby, she's surprised to see Old Yellow so full of energy. Before she can say a word, Old Yellow bolts after the husky. You brat, Brianna laughs, handing Marcus the leash. He takes it, slightly embarrassed to hold both dogs at once. Brianna's captivating presence today catches Marcus completely off guard, making him look away. Brianna can't help but laugh at his flustered reaction. The two walk and chat while Old Yellow playfully circles the husky. Before they part, Brianna reminds him, Mimi misses you. Come visit her soon. Back at the restaurant, Marcus learns the old man from the other day has passed away. Marcus sighs. Easing his pain was the best he could do, and beyond that, he was powerless. That morning, Marcus uses his silver and shadow needles to tame the white horse. It's pure snow white from head to tail with a silky flowing mane. This is the special gift he's been preparing for Alara. Beyond that, he needs to focus on beast taming and building the mansion to give his family a better life as soon as possible. His phone rings. It's Dante. Bro, I'm in Shang County. Head to world's second best hot pot. I'll be right there. When Marcus arrives at the restaurant, Dante has already hit it off with Uncle Min, Auntie Min, Uncle Ching, Auntie Ching, and Grace. Dante tells them Marcus is his brother-in-law. The family is shocked. Dante clearly comes from money. Next to him, young Chong and River look like country boys. Dante offers to help, but the family won't hear of it. Right then, Marcus walks in. He's always had a great impression of Dante. From the moment Dante learned Marcus was Alara's boyfriend, he called him bro, without a hint of looking down on him, before even knowing his true capabilities. Marcus understands Dante respects him because Alara is his sister, not because of anything Marcus brings to the table. And that's enough. Too many families only take from their daughters without caring about her well-being. A man shouldn't just look at how his in-laws treat him. As long as they genuinely love their daughter, that's what matters. Part of why Dante made this trip was to learn from Marcus, whose love for Alara naturally extends to her family. Because of Alara and because Dante is exactly his kind of person, Marcus is happy to teach him. Dante, try this. This meat is incredibly tender. It'll do. Wow, thanks, Uncle Ching. When they have eaten their fill, Dante glances at Marcus, wanting to say something but hesitating. Marcus reads him instantly and smiles. Come on, I'll teach you outside. Iron Fist Fung overhears and watches them curiously as they head out. Fung's swelling has gone down by today, but the bruises and raccoon eyes remain. In the afternoon after Fung's shift ends, Marcus leads Dante to the backyard. Dante takes off his suit jacket, revealing a training outfit underneath. He came prepared. The White Tiger stance has 4 moves the White Tiger 4 forms. Marcus teaches him the first one, that split-second pop right before the tiger pounces. At that precise, delicate point, your whole body becomes a fully drawn bow. White Tiger stance demands intuition, willpower, and herbal bath support. Without it, your body simply can't take the strain. Dante has the fundamentals, talent, and relentless discipline. Alara once told Marcus he is a martial arts addict with no girlfriend. He thinks dating is a waste of time, fearing she would distract him from training. The 2 worst enemies of martial arts are laziness and distraction, but Dante has neither. Marcus demonstrates once, then breaks the move down piece by piece, walking him through every detail. Drop your shoulders, sink the elbows, lower your center. Yes, hold that good. Marcus quickly witnesses Dante's obsession firsthand. Every time Marcus adjusts a movement, Dante drills it over and over until he's internalized it completely. Marcus checks in every so often. Dante's training uniform is drenched with sweat, but he doesn't notice. Eyes shut, jaw clenched, he's found the feeling, though it doesn't come every time. Usually it takes 10, sometimes dozens of attempts before it clicks. When it does, he holds it for a few seconds and his entire body shakes violently, trembling, like he's caught in an earthquake. After who knows how long, Dante collapses to the ground, gasping for air but grinning from ear to ear. Marcus brings over a large bottle of water. Drink up. Thanks, bro. Take it easy. Once you can hold this move for 10 minutes straight, next up, Dante's body begins to shudder. Right now, 15 seconds is his absolute limit. Every muscle, bone, tendon, and joint locks tight, freezing his entire frame in a state of sheer, indescribable agony. Once you finish, grab a large wooden tub. Tonight, you are taking a herbal bath. Dante struggles to his feet, thanking Marcus. Thanks, brother. Come on, you are Alara's brother. No need to be polite. But hearing Alara's name, Dante grins even wider. Deal. Dante only respects true martial arts masters. Marcus might be around his own age, but genuine skill commands respect no matter what. Plus, Marcus is the man who holds his sister's heart. Now he truly believes Marcus can cure Alara. Elite martial artists are practically doctors. When it comes to aligning the body's energy bones and joints, they easily outshine most physicians. He has always heard legendary stories about martial artists curing terminal illnesses. Whether those rumors were actually true, he never knew until today. Nearby Fang watches and listens. He attempts the same posture but cannot even come close. Marcus makes it look completely effortless. The sheer precision and soul behind the form stuns Fang. Suddenly it clicks. Having overheard Marcus coaching Dante, he realizes that without that verbal breakdown, simply watching would never crack the secret in a lifetime. This Iron Fist enthusiast is no stranger to the craft. He trained under his grandfather for a few years as a boy. The old man was no grandmaster, just knew basic village-style kung fu. Feng prepares to take his leave, bidding farewell to Marcus. Marcus waves back, calling out, "Send more challengers my way." Feng's eyes light up with excitement. You got it. That night, Marcus prepares a hot tub of herbal remedy. At 120 degrees Fahrenheit, Dante sits submerged, his skin a blazing red, teeth gritted and face deeply flushed. Nearby, Marcus practices his white tiger stance, having poured hours into it daily. Finally, at 11:30 at night, it levels up. White tiger stance hits passive level 5, granting permanent plus 50 constitution strength and stamina. Next level requirements require 16 experience points. Each point takes 8 minutes, totaling 12,800 minutes. At 8 hours a day, he will reach level 6 within a month. His other priority is leveling up fast enough to eradicate the remaining disease strongholds inside Uncle Ching. These are guarded by the deadly generals and marshals of that internal infection. When Marcus wakes the following morning, Dante has already left the room. He spent the night at the restaurant. Marcus calls for Yang and Chong. Outside, they find Dante drenched in sweat, completely focused on the white tiger stance. They trade sheepish looks, comparing his intense dedication to their own lazy habits back in the village. It is still early, and the world is asleep as Marcus tames the massive yellow bull. Once the taming finishes, the beast undergoes a shocking transformation. Good Lord, it is absolutely massive, built like solid iron. Those eyes, that snout, those heavy horns, everything radiates pure dominance. It looks like a bull demon, straight out of ancient legends. Tall as a grown man, packed with muscle-thick hide and limbs like tree trunks, it stands immovable, radiating raw, wild majesty. Its twin horns are short but incredibly thick, lethal only at their sharp tips. Today, Mimi is visiting, so Marcus heads home early to craft. The carpentry tools he ordered online arrived yesterday, along with a rich supply of wood. Marcus begins building a dragon carriage. The moment he starts, he realizes the true power of his century-grade carpentry skills. The entire structure relies strictly on traditional mortise and tenon joinery without using a single nail. After sawing, sanding, and delicate carving, he produces a breathtakingly realistic miniature dragon carriage. Though unpainted, the craftsmanship is of absolute masterwork quality, showing off the natural wood finish. It looks elegant, timeless, and possesses a quiet luxury that captivates you. His sheer speed amazes even himself. Creating things feels incredible. From the leftover scraps, he carves a beautiful small wooden sword and several tiny figurines. A calf, a pig, and a small dog, all unbelievably realistic. Century-grade carpentry truly turns discarded scraps into masterpiece art. Just then, Brianna pulls up in her car. "Daddy, Daddy." The instant Mimi spots Marcus, her little legs start pumping. Her tiny face beams with pure, innocent joy, cute enough to make anyone's heart melt. Marcus instantly scoops her up, hoisting her high as she bursts into sweet giggles. That bell-like voice has a magical way of calming anyone who hears it. "Are you scared of the big piggy?" Mimi reaches out her hand to Black Kong. Not a bit. Black Kong's intelligence and loyalty are off the charts. Marcus pats the giant pig's head, murmuring a few soft words. Soon he produces a custom saddle, straps it on, and hitches the dragon carriage behind. Instantly, the massive pig and the delicate carriage complement each other perfectly, creating an unexpectedly grand sight. Mimi climbs inside the dragon carriage, providing the perfect finishing touch to bring the scene alive with pure magic. It is as beautiful as a painting. Black Kong is so incredibly wide that even an adult would struggle to ride him, forced to do the splits. The giant beast is just that massive, which is exactly what makes him so adorable. He looks like a living piggy bank. Marcus and Mimi are now in a playful wooden sword duel, and neither wants to stop. Her giggles fill the air. "Daddy, I want to ride the big horse, Daddy. I want the big bull, Daddy. Let me ride the big piggy." Brianna watches them play, drifting into a quiet daze. In that warm moment, she almost believes Marcus is her daughter's actual father. She almost believes they are a real family, catching herself staring. Mommy, mommy. Mimi grabs Marcus's hand with one hand, and Brianna's with the other, her tiny feet dangling off the ground. A child truly needs both parents to grow up whole. Missing either leaves a deep, silent wound. That is why so many unhappy couples put on a show until the children are grown. They wait for those college acceptance letters before filing for divorce. By then, the child is mature enough to understand their parents' reasons. It is the gentlest path. Out of nowhere, a wild thought flashes through Brianna's mind. What if she had another child with Marcus? She feels like only that could truly tie their lives together. A child between them would share Mimi's mother, linking them as half-siblings. Her face burns red. She has no idea why her mind wandered there. Shifting her gaze, she sneaks a look at Marcus, who glances back right then. Their eyes lock. For a split second, it feels like their very souls collide. They say the eyes are windows to the heart, offering a glimpse of one's inner world. Flustered Brianna quickly looks away, first her heart pounding and cheeks burning crimson. The woman who usually bosses him around like an older sister has completely lost her composure. Looking at her, Marcus finds this mature, captivating woman incredibly adorable. Do you plan on building your future here in Jenk County? Most likely. Any idea what you want to do? Probably the food industry. Produce livestock, that sort of thing. He has indeed considered using beast taming to breed superior pigs, cattle, and horses. Developing premium livestock would be effortless. Plus, he can eliminate disease monsters and animals making things like swine flu or avian plague non-threats. Meanwhile, Brianna keeps glancing at the magnificent white horse. She noticed it earlier and, despite never having ridden, desperately wants to now. Suddenly, a gut-wrenching scream echoes from their neighbor, Lonzo's house. I will go check, Marcus says. The crying intensifies. Not a place for a little girl, Marcus warns. Brianna nods, telling him to hurry. Lonzo is 30 years old, married with a 5-year-old son and a 50-year-old mother. Right now, his eyes are wild and completely empty. Drool spills down his chin as he thrashes in violent, terrified convulsions. It is horrifying. What happened? What is wrong? Lonzo, do not scare me. Do not scare your mother. Wake up, Lonzo's breathing is ragged and fast. Someone has already dialed 119. Hello, emergency. Someone collapsed here. Neighbors quickly gather around. Marcus arrives. Most onlookers can already tell the symptoms look like rabies. Marcus is here. Marcus is here. The entire village knows he cured Uncle Ching, so his presence immediately fills the room with hope. Marcus steps forward and inserts a single needle for chi stabilization, pain relief, blood control, and life support. He is giving it his best. Gradually, Lonzo calms down, his eyes clearing as the treatment takes effect. Beside Lonzo, Marcus spots the disease monster. It is a level 20 rabies demon lieutenant boss. Combat is enabled. By performing acupuncture first and then killing it, he can extend the patient's life by a year. It really is rabies. Marcus wishes he were level 80 right now to cure terminal cases for good. With needles in place, he enters combat against a massive black hound. 13 feet long, 6 feet tall, radiating pure power. Any beast scaled up to this size becomes terrifying. With a savage aura and blood-red eyes, this dog-shaped monster is a rabies demon. 100,000 health points. Marcus instantly spots which diseases hit hardest. Suddenly, a black blur lunges with snapping jaws. This hound is quick and slippery, but it strikes hard. A normal level 20 boss cannot even scratch him now. Bypassing Kidney Strike, he unleashes the White Tiger Vajra for 1,000 damage without a critical hit. This rabies monster has high attack power but low defense. Every round, Marcus takes 150 damage, but heals over 300, keeping his health full. Then a critical hit lands Tiger Venom. The battle ends in under 5 minutes. Tiger Venom is amazing. Victory yields 6,000 experience points, plus new Bloodthirst Cloud Striders, and a new skill called Rapid Fist. Examining the level 20 boots, they grant 200 attack and defense, plus 5 health. Bedrock Passive boosts defense by 1% per hit taken. This effect stacks. The Bloodthirst passive inflicts bonus damage equal to 20% of his defense, completely ignoring enemy defense as fixed damage. Plus, its durability is infinite. It never breaks. An absolute jackpot drop. This gear is top tier. Even at level 20, it will last him a very long time, making it nearly impossible to outgrow. The stat increases are modest and typical for level 20 gear, but those two passives are incredibly strong. Currently, his weakest gear piece is his level 10 deerskin boots, making this a perfect upgrade. Slipping them on a wave of relief, washes over him. These boots will make him stronger every fight, stacking defense and raising attack. Lonzo feels a sudden lightness as though his body is fully restored. When Marcus notes the next monster is Arabi's Demon Vanguard General, he sighs in relief. Now he can at least buy Lonzo 3 more years. He administers the ancient blood vitality tonic, boosting life energy and immunity to slow down the infection. Time is the greatest medicine capable of healing or destroying everything. Lonzo asks if he can truly survive 3 more years. Marcus replies that he has at least 3, maybe 8 or 10. For a 30-year-old man, hearing he only had 10 years left would normally be devastating. But now 10 years feels like a divine gift. That means his son will be 15. 10 years to work hard, earn money, fund his kids' college, and secure his parents' retirement. Lonzo thinks of his wife and sighs, knowing she suffers most, yet he might not leave her anything. He is filled with regret. A stray dog had jumped on him once, leaving no obvious wound. Later, he noticed a tiny scab in the shower, assumed he scratched himself, and ignored it. Telling himself to pull together, he resolves to fight for his son's future. Meanwhile, Marcus heads back to his own yard, a wide, flat, cleared area with no active construction. Brianna and Mimi are still waiting there as noon approaches. Neighbors offer him lunch, but Marcus declines, explaining they are having a cookout. When asked about Lonzo, he admits he can only buy him 3 years. Though Brianna knows Marcus's healing powers, she is stunned. Everyone knows rabies is fatal within 7 days with 100% mortality and 0 survivors. She tells him to wait while she gets some things. Since it is lunchtime, Marcus gathers a flat iron grill knives, fresh meat, a kettle, teacups, a portable stove chairs, and seasoning. In no time, a complete grilling station is ready under a large tree. The open area catches a cool, quiet breeze. The little teapot begins to bubble alongside tin teacups, chopsticks, and small plates. Every slice of meat is top grade. He almost grabs some premium beef trim from his special inventory, which has great texture and chewiness, but he decides to stick with elite cuts instead. High-quality ingredients only need simple cooking, and Marcus's heat control and seasoning are on another level. The meat is tender yet firm, bursting with flavor on the first bite, sending pure satisfaction running through the body. Mimi says it is yummy, making them both burst out laughing. A 2-year-old's baby talk is inherently adorable. As Brianna spends more time with Marcus, she senses something truly extraordinary about him. Usually, women measure men by their money, asking what they do and if they can provide. But when you really get to know someone, what do you actually learn? You notice their face first, then their age, personality, posture, job, and income. Later that afternoon, Brianna prepares to take Mimi home. The little girl waves reluctantly at Marcus with her tiny hands waving. Marcus leans in, gently pressing his forehead against hers. He truly adores Mimi, who is as delicate as a porcelain doll, incredibly tiny and cute beyond words. The little girl rests in Brianna's arms, putting Marcus right in front of Brianna's face. His sharp profile, clean features, clear eyes, and calm, effortless aura make her lose herself for a brief moment. Drawn by an invisible force, she leans forward and kisses Marcus gently on the cheek. Snapping back to reality, she blushes, deeply shocked that she lost her composure over a man. She blurts out goodbye and rushes to her car. Marcus stands frozen, his body completely stiff from the sudden gesture. He holds the car door open. Her face is crimson, proving a shy woman is gorgeous, especially someone with deep charm like Brianna. When she blushes, it is breathtaking. Marcus tells her to drive safe. She whispers, "Okay," then looks up nervously, saying she is not loose and has never been with a man. Brianna stumbles over her words. Marcus blinks. She explains she used a sperm donor, fearing her impulsive kiss made him think she is loose. She flusters, rambling in a blur, revealing a secret nobody else knows. Marcus is stunned. She is clearly a complete rookie in romance. He tells her that as long as Mimi is her blood child, nothing else matters. Immediately he cringes at his low emotional intelligence. Brianna shoots him a look that is half pleased and half annoyed. Though he lacks romantic experience, he understands people. And even if his delivery was clumsy, his intent was clear enough to comfort her. She says she should head back, inviting him for dinner anytime. Marcus agrees, telling her to drive slowly. He is completely clueless, but Brianna finds herself liking him even more for it. That afternoon, Marcus visits Ning's house to inquire about leasing the mountain in Zheng County, which is neither very tall nor especially large. The entrance is right by Wang Village. Farmland lies to the west, and 3 miles out sits Boar Mountain. Elders say wild boars once roamed there, but today nobody visits, and there is not a single proper path inside. As a child, Marcus and his friends sneaked in to play among wild weeds and boulders. Tough, drought-resistant trees cling to the slopes alongside gullies and thick soil. Developers once tried to build there, even digging a man-made lake, but no one ever visited. Lacking any appeal, the project was completely abandoned, and the area went wild again. Boar Mountain is not tall, peaking at only 300 feet. It barely qualifies as a mountain, and only locals call it that. The range spans 7 kilometers north to south and 5 kilometers east to west. Jiang County is vast, with over 1 million people stretching 50 kilometers top to bottom and 35 kilometers across. Ning spots Marcus and welcomes him. Marcus says he has a question, and Ning tells him there is no need for formality. Pouring tea, Ning listens as Marcus asks if Boar Mountain can be leased. Ning answers that it can, but asks why he wants a wasteland. Marcus explains he wants to raise livestock, which will benefit the village and potentially attract tourists. Wang Village would make a perfect inn. The village has the authority, and Ning asks how many years he wants. They offer 3 years rent-free, then 10 wen per acre annually. Spanning 7 by 5 kilometers, that is over 50,000 acres. The annual rent after the free period would be 500,000 wen. Few can afford that, and wealthy investors doubt it would turn a profit. Undeterred, Marcus signs for 50 years, paying every 3. He is no longer short on cash, and Boar Mountain is the ultimate natural ranch, complete with a man-made lake. Using his master-level carpentry skills, Marcus can easily construct wooden replicas of famous landmarks like the Grand Pavilion or Cloud Tower. They signed the contract that very day, 3 years rent-free, so no payment is due yet. By 4 in the afternoon, Marcus mounts his white horse and rides toward Boar Mountain. This steed now truly deserves to be called a divine steed. Do not underestimate it. With its enhanced spirit, its massive frame can inflict heavy damage just by charging. Plus, that mouth is not just for eating grass. It can bite with blinding speed. Since this is Marcus's first time riding, the sensation is absolutely mind-blowing. It is fast as the wind, steady and graceful, carrying a subtle hint of draconic majesty. The dirt road is smooth enough, with vast fields of corn stretching to the horizon on both sides. This horse is flawless. A Lara riding it would be a dream. Suddenly his mind drifts back to her, recalling that intimate moment. She had believed she was dying, thinking it was her last chance to be near him. Back then she was the ultimate rider, shy and sacred, making the whole world seem to move with her. Marcus still carries that vivid, breathtaking image in his mind. She was always so cool, composed, and elegant, yet in that private moment she became incredibly shy while sharing their deepest intimacy. Whenever he remembers it, he vows to spoil her completely. No justification needed. She is his woman, she has treated him incredibly well, and he simply loves her. It is as straightforward as that. Since the distance is short, he arrives before he even realizes it. The supposed entrance is a field of massive towering boulders, some standing solo, others winding and rolling across the land like rugged stony hills. The slopes are gentle enough to scale, and even a fall would be harmless unless you hit a sharp stone. Stepping inside feels like entering a giant maze with colossal rocks shaping long natural corridors. As a boy, Marcus occasionally snuck in to play hide-and-seek, though adults strictly forbade it. The area was miles away from the village, and the hills were crawling with snakes, rodents, owls, hawks, and wildcats. Only now does he realize those local money cats are actually leopard cats, a protected species. Back then, he only knew they scratched, and that parents used them as a bedtime threat. To keep children in line. Walking deeper, a cool, refreshing breeze stirs the quiet air. While this crisp, chilling atmosphere would make most people uneasy, Marcus's mastery breeds total confidence. Any ordinary person would be terrified to enter this place alone. There are 0 signs of human life. It feels like stepping into an abandoned country farmhouse that has sat empty and untouched for decades. Even in broad daylight, it sends a shiver down your spine. Overgrown weeds and thick vines block the paths entirely. Yet Marcus actually likes this wild sanctuary. After looking around, he decides to head back and map out a plan. Gravel crunches underfoot as he walks through a narrow canyon, arriving at a wide-open clearing where the slopes are rich soil, not stone. In the center stands a 300-foot peak that is more of a colossal boulder than a mountain. It is climbable, but highly challenging. Marcus realizes that with his immense strength and a heavy iron bar, he could carve a path by hand. He has been wandering for over an hour. It is time to turn back. Within 2 days, he will buy some livestock to release Hirea herd of pigs led by Black Kong, ensuring no danger of theft or loss. The 2 horses and the bull will join them, and he can purchase more cows and mares. Tomorrow, he plans to tame the black stallion to serve as his main breeding stud. Since rare assets hold the most value, a steady pace is best. 1 taming a day is a solid start. Heading back to town, Marcus finds his restaurant packed to capacity with a growing crowd of out-of-town visitors. The reputation of the world's second-best hot pot is exploding, drawing massive daily crowds that line up down the block. While customers rave about the food, a few skeptics still remain doubtful. Marcus walks in and immediately spots two familiar faces, Coco and Joy. Coco's striking style makes her impossible to miss in any crowd. Both of them wave warmly as he approaches. Noting how exhausted Joy looks, Marcus greets them with a smile, asking why they had not reached out after the recent trouble. Though both girls were deeply shaken, the sheer shock had oddly numbed their anxiety. Joy sought him out because he had previously urged her to get a medical checkup. Furthermore, she and Coco knew that Marcus had miraculously healed Chief Lee, a secret Brian had shared with them back during their school reunion. Sitting down with them, Marcus remembers how kind-hearted Coco is. She and Joy are inseparable best friends, but unfortunately, neither of them is in high spirits today. They had simply hoped for a comforting meal. Joy forces a smile, teasing him for keeping his restaurant a secret. Just then, Uncle Min approaches, holding 12 wen, explaining that the ladies insisted on paying. Marcus tells him to accept the money, and Uncle Min obliges, sending over some complimentary meat. Joy tries to stay strong, but her sheltered upbringing makes it difficult to hide her deep distress. As an only child, her illness would absolutely devastate her family. Marcus once had a major crush on her back in school. She was the prettiest, sweetest girl, the perfect partner to introduce to parents. Back then, he used to dream that marrying Joy would make his entire life complete. Honestly, almost every boy in class liked her, but Marcus knew he had no chance given their massive difference in family backgrounds. He was just a shy homebody with no special talents. He could not sing, dance, or play music, was thoroughly average at sports, struggled to socialize, and carried deep-seated insecurities. Joy only knew him because Coco had once written him a love letter. She never could have guessed that he would run a legendary restaurant rumored to pull in 10,000 yuan a day. And after witnessing his incredible fighting skills during the confrontation, they realized things could have been much worse without him. All of this dramatically elevated Marcus in their eyes. He provided a profound sense of security. While young women are often drawn to handsome faces, time eventually proves that good looks fade and only strong, dependable men can truly win a heart. Marcus realizes he might have a way to treat Joy's condition. Beyond defeating the disease, monsters teaching her the white tiger stance could boost her physical constitution, countering muscle weakness and decay, and slowing the progression of her ALS. When Marcus asks about her plans, Joy understands his meaning immediately. Despite their lack of past connection, this is a clear follow-up to his advice to get a medical screening. She is fully aware that her ALS is incurable, leaving rehabilitation as her only hope to delay the inevitable. Joy stares at Marcus, who remains quiet. Coco speaks up with desperation, mentioning that Brian urged them to seek his help. Joy looks at him with sudden hope. When Marcus asks if she can endure intense pain, her eyes ignite with determination. He offers to use golden needle acupuncture and traditional herbs to combat the disease, promising to also teach her martial movements. If she masters them, she can live normally. He avoids over-promising, but wants to inspire hope. Telling her not to celebrate until she actually masters the techniques, Joy whispers that she desperately wants to live. Once they finish eating, Marcus immediately begins her first golden needle session. After treating Joy, he challenges the level 20 ALS fiend. The battle begins, pitting him against a colossal ice panda sitting right on the ground. Standing over 13 feet tall, the beast is enormous, yet surprisingly cute, clutching a massive bamboo stalk. It looks entirely goofy and harmless, but this is the ALS Centurion. Boasting 100,000 health, it rolls like a giant dumpling, slamming its bamboo weapon onto Marcus. Luckily, he is totally immune to poison and freezing. Marcus blinks in surprise. His indestructible body talent genuinely blocks all negative status effects. Previously, he only valued it for real-world perks like drinking endlessly without ever getting drunk. Since hangovers are just mild toxicity, his body filters it effortlessly. Marcus swings the White Tiger Vajra, dealing 17 damage. Excellent. Now he is absolutely certain that this setup is a minor miracle. Although it is only Tier 2 gear with small stat bonuses, his Cloud Striders remain incredibly strong, fueling a relentless flurry of attacks. Tiger Venom triggers, but this giant ice panda is immune to poison. The Cloud Striker's Bedrock and Bloodthirst skills keep pushing Marcus's limit higher, and his damage output climbs. Finally, the giant ice panda dissolves into nothing. Victory. 8,000 experience. Earned, plus a new plantable item, 1,000 units of premium purple bamboo. A companion panda cub, restricted to disease monster combat. Pet slot unlocked at level 1. 1000 HP, 100 attack, 500 defense. Skills include freeze, poison, coat meat, shield, and lifelink. Marcus is thrilled. The cute little panda cub now sits in his pet slot, ready to grow into a massive beast. Fighting alongside a giant panda gets his blood pumping. After the battle, he removes the acupuncture needles and checks the new disease monster on Joy. It is a level 30 fiend commander. Since acupuncture revealed such a high level, Joy's youth and strong constitution are clearly the only reasons she survived. Marcus brews a bowl of ancient blood vitality tonic and hands it over. "Drink up," he tells her. "I feel strength returning," Joy says. Marcus smiles. "Relax. In principle, any disease can be cured. If it can't blame the doctor, not the illness. In a few days, I'll teach you some moves. It will be brutal, but once mastered, they are your miracle drug. Thank you, old classmate, then don't act like a stranger." Dante's willpower stuns Marcus. No wonder Alara called him a martial arts addict. While others find training agonizing, he thrives on it, making rapid progress despite exhaustion and strained muscles. With the level 30 normal fiend available for combat, Marcus doesn't hesitate. He dives straight into battle. A round, adorable, tiny panda cub, clutching a green bamboo stalk, appears by his side. Leaning against the wall, Marcus commands it to stay back. "Stay behind me and soak up XP. Don't get in the way. It actually works. Keeping it safe in the back is the perfect strategy." The opponent is a big yellow dog with its tongue hanging out, essentially a wooden puppet. Zero challenge. Against this 3000 HP muscle strain fiend, Marcus strikes. Boom, 3000 damage. Instant kill. 3000 experience earned, and the panda cub jumps to level 8. Late at night, the restaurant's massive earnings let everyone finally unwind. They soak in the herbal bath together. Midst herbal steam and the aroma of liquor, all their built-up stress melts away. These past few days of revenue are insane. We can finally breathe easy. This feels amazing. Dante doesn't drink or smoke for the sake of martial arts, and he's even sworn off women. Rich, handsome, yet zero bad habits. Dante, you are one strange dude. Marcus can't get drunk no matter how much he drinks, but this atmosphere of casual banter brings him peace. He sleeps soundly. At 5:30 in the morning, Marcus wakes up right on time. Peeking into the bedroom, he sees the other three are fast asleep. Marcus shakes his head and leaves them. Outside, Dante is already training. He can only hold the white tiger stance for a minute, but starting is the hardest part. Marcus walks back to the village alone, heading home to tame the black stallion. The horse is ink black, its coat like silka. Stunning visual beyond description. Even though he expected it, Marcus is still blown away. He swings onto its back. Riding across the open fields at a full gallop feels completely different, like riding a rolling storm cloud. Its hooves are elegant, possessing a fierce, untamed beauty. The black stallion is far larger and stronger than the white horse. Next up, building pig pens and stables on Boar Mountain to create a true paradise. Starting is hard, but this is where it begins. The day flies by. That night, Marcus stays on Boar Mountain, sleeping in the wooden cabin he built. Pulling a bed from his spatial inventory where everything he needs is stored, Marcus lies down. Outside the window, a starry sky and a bright, glowing moon bring him pure bliss. The mountain has its share of bugs, but thanks to his training, they don't bother him. Suddenly, his phone rings. He usually calls Alara every night, and this time she's calling him. An unstoppable smile of pure warmth spreads across his face. On the other end, Alara's soft laughter comes through. "Babe, calling this late, you must be missing me too much to sleep." "Oh, stop it. Is Dante still with you?" My parents are worrying themselves bald over his love life. "He's a natural at martial arts," Marcus says. "But this stance he's practicing now, once he masters it, his physical power will double. More importantly, his desires will become extremely intense." Alara freezes. Then it clicks. Her face turns scarlet. "You jerk. What kind of nonsense are you teaching him? It's called vitality. Anyway, on a serious note, your first gift is ready." "What gift?" Alara perks up. "I want to see it. But first say something sweet." Alara laughs softly. "You little troublemaker. Marcus won't let her off easy. I'm tired of that word." "What do you want to hear?" "I want to hear your realest voice. You're getting worse. Just send it or I'm hanging up." Marcus is only teasing. He selects the best photo of the white horse. He sends it and waits quietly, knowing she will love it. "Oh my God, is it really that beautiful? Marcus, did you use a filter?" No filter can capture that kind of spirit. When you visit, run your hands over it yourself, then you'll know. Alara is skeptical but doesn't overthink it. "Okay, deal." After hanging up, the room falls silent. Marcus doesn't remember when he drifted off. Suddenly, Marcus jolts awake. A nearby noise breaks his sleep. Without making sudden moves, he shifts his gaze toward the sound. What he sees surprises him. A leopard cat is inside the cabin, a protected species. What's it doing here? Suddenly, the cat collapses, twitching and foaming in agony. Marcus leaps out of bed and rushes over to stab a silver needle in. Hidden target detected, level 20, genetic mutant hypertrophic heart fiend. Marcus wastes no time, needles ready for combat. Right now, he needs the experience no matter the monster or disease. If it can be fought, he fights. The cat's body is slowly engulfed by bark, transforming into a humanoid tree monster. Marcus sees triple tags on a disease monster. For the first time, boss special and elite. Acupuncture successful boss, stats reduced by 20%. The panda cub tumbles out from behind Marcus, clutching its bamboo stalk, ready for war. The tree monster is muscled over 16 feet tall, radiating pressure. One punch costs Marcus 300 HP. That is the hardest hitting disease monster he has faced, but it still isn't enough to threaten him. Marcus unleashes a rapid fist combo. The monster cannot even defend itself. The key is that rapid fist damage is absurd triple damage plus a bloodthirst bonus. A green light flashes as the monster prepares to strike, but the little panda charges swinging its bamboo stalk like a bat whacking the monster. Soon the tree monster is frozen solid in ice. Marcus sees the opening and wastes no time preparing one final punch right to its face. His damage keeps climbing with every hit. With rapid fist firing every 3 rounds, the massive tree monster crashes down. Victory. Loot dropped 1 premium Sichuan pepper chicken recipe. Marcus stares completely deadpan. All that work, and this is what I get.